Big up every single one of you. How we doing today? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome to the Casually Chelsea show, my friends. We are here. Aftermath of the Brentford game, obviously. Some things to talk about and good timing on the panel here. You know what? Hold on. I just saw something here. Hold on. I just got to get rid of a little bit of a distraction here. All right, cool. We'll just leave you back there. But big up every single one of you. Y'all hopefully are doing well today on this lovely Sunday evening. Be sure to smash up the like button if you haven't done so already. Subscribe to the channel if you're new here, and also be sure to check out the links in the description below for more content, all that fun stuff. But yeah, guys, bit of a packed out show that we have, so we're gonna be discussing a few different topics. And you guys already know, I like to start the show off lighthearted, and then we get into the serious nitty-gritty stuff. But we might get into the serious nitty-gritty stuff like literally right after this next segment. So let's just get the ball rolling. We'll start the show off with some fun facts. This is something new I'm going to introduce into the show because, you know, there's some fun facts about Chelsea that are out there that, you know, some of you might not know about, and I feel like some of you, or Hereditar, need some positivity in your life, you know? Obviously, a lot of you saying our season's over after yesterday's draw and all the over-dramatization of the season and, you know, trying to help
people
you.
expect us to win the league?
No, but then they get upset when, you know, we don't. There's just people that are never going to be happy. So this is a segment for them. And I wanted to bring up this first fun fact. There's 3 of them to share today, so let's start with this one. Fun fact, Chelsea have the most clean sheets in the Premier League since February 25th. It's good stuff. It's good stuff, guys.
Ooh-wee.
Could have used that yesterday. Yeah.
We could have used it yesterday. That is definitely true.
Okay, that's home and away. Okay.
Yeah.
Want a medal for that?
February 25th,
I
we I would like we should get a medal for it. Yeah.
No, we shouldn't.
Don't you dare say that. Don't say that.
No, actually, no. Never mind. I don't want to be like
Don't
Arsenal.
say that.
I don't want to be like Arsenal. Yeah, you're right. That was, you know what? I'll just.
You fell into that trap, man.
That's like
I did
saying
fall into
having the
that
most
trap.
points for the past 2 years medal. Like, we're not pleased.
Yeah, but hey, guys, we could go undefeated this season, so you never know.
No.
Still not win the league, public.
That'd be fucked. Imagine we go undefeated and we don't win the league. That'd be so
United
fun.
so many games.
Next week. Let's say that after that game. I'll believe it then. Let's say it after.
Yeah. No, you're right. All right, next fun fact, guys, is this one. Giovanni Quenda has been crowned best young player of 24-25 in Liga NOS.
Okay.
So, I used him yesterday too.
Yeah, we could have used him yesterday too. Yeah, you're right.
He is a left winger, right?
He plays both.
He started off right wing / right wing back for Amarin. He's left footed, but then last last season he started playing more on the left, and then this season a bit more on the left as well. So he's kind of like Pedro Neto. You know what I'm saying? Where he can play both wings, and he's left-footed.
That's what I mean. I was thinking like him and João Pedro, maybe. Well, then again, there's Esteban. Why did we buy 2 wingers this season?
I don't know.
Is he going to like Strasbourg next season? Is that the plan?
No,
Because,
he's joining.
No, I think he's coming straight.
He's on loan for Sporting right now. He's joining us next season. He's probably the best player.
I hear good things about this guy as well. So.
Yeah, I was gonna ask you, CP. Like, do you believe in this talent, even though he's coming from Liga NOS?
I mean,
he seems really good, very dynamic.
But you have that,
you know.
He honestly though, he does give me just younger Pedro Neto, like you know, can play the pass and stuff, good with his left foot in terms of passing the ball and crossing. He has a good strike on him. It's just he doesn't shoot enough.
Okay,
that's what I mean. So, hey, I don't mind a guy like, I'm sorry, with the left wingers we had yesterday, especially certain Kittens. Yeah, I'm sorry. If I have a regen Pedro Neto right now, I'll take that right now. The way Pedro Neto.
Yeah, we'll see how the season plays out, but this is definitely one to keep an eye out for. I'm not gonna get too hype about it, but because I'm consistent about not rating Liga NOS, but who knows? I could be proven wrong this season, people. And then
the way you need to look at it, the way you need to look at it, in terms of Liga NOS, is that I think it's just my opinion. If you're buying a goalkeeper and a striker, in general you're in trouble. I think every other position, in terms of winger and cam, midfielders and defenders, I think you're actually quite all right. They usually turn out pretty well in general.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, we'll see. I'm definitely gonna keep an eye on it. Obviously, this is the talent that Blue Coast seem to be putting all their eggs in the basket for, right? So let's see what happens. And the last fun fact I got for you guys, this is a really lighthearted one. Eden Hazard and Cesc Fabregas are the latest Chelsea legends to be nominated for the inclusion of the Premier League Hall of Fame in 2025. And you know what's great about this is that Arsenal are so fucking mad that Cesc is going in as a Chelsea legend.
Yeah, he won the league with
Arsenal
twice.
legend.
So yeah, there's a reason why he's going for it. He just won FA Cups there. What the fuck is that to do with being a Premier League legend?
I mean, he's publicly said it, like, and I feel like he's a little bit lying, but like he said it's like 50-50 of him and Arsenal and Chelsea, the love. I feel like he really loves Chelsea more, but yeah, the way he speaks about it anyway still. But yeah, like yeah, that's a good duo, man. That is actually a good duo to go into it.
Who are the other nominees? I don't think Cesc is gonna get in this time. I think he'll get in next year.
Who's Cesc?
No, I actually think Cesc might get in the first time.
You think so? With the other nominees? Because I know Hazard.
The six in general, but I think he's gonna get in. I think him and Hazard might actually get in first time.
Okay, I'm happy.
It's depending. I feel like Hazard's got a very good chance, surely.
No, I think Hazard's getting in. I don't know about Cesc right now. Because Campbell's gonna get in. Campbell's gonna get in.
This is for positions, though, right?
No. It's 6 in total, no matter what position.
I actually would make the argument you're more likely that Vidic gets in first before Campbell.
So
So Evra I think might get. So right now Evra's definitely getting in. Hazard's getting in. Who's next? Robbie Fowler, no, not as much. Yeah, Hazard, that's
I think Hazard.
Neville's gonna get in. Neville's getting in. That's
I think Neville gets in. Yes.
Yeah, he's won the most leagues.
The thing is, everyone is gonna get in here. It's just about whether
I'm saying first time round though.
It's about win. Yeah.
Sheringham's gonna get in because of treble season. Oh fuck yeah, dude! I'm sorry. I don't think Cesc gonna get in.
Yeah, you got
David Silva in the same bracket as.
You have to think about the recency bias. I think it's gonna. I think a lot of this is gonna be recency bias. Where what's gonna happen?
Yeah, but then David Silva's gonna get in over him, no? Don't you think? And people love Yaya.
There's 4 spots, but there's 4 spots.
Make your votes, Marshall.
No, I know, but Hazard's gonna get in because of recency bias, right? So Hazard's gonna get in. You're gonna have David Silva get in. You're gonna have Yaya Toure because if you're saying recency bias, get in. So that's only 3 players.
No, I only get to vote 2. Okay, cool.
Well,
we can vote.
That's what
matters.
Right now, I only get 2 votes, so I got my vote in, ladies and gents.
Chelsea fans, just vote your Chelsea boys, man.
Yeah, come on, man. We're global
What's
now.
Is
We're
it on,
global.
what's this
Hall
on
of
Premier
Fame,
Call of
okay.
Fame? I'll do it. I'll do it later.
I'm doing it right now too. Yeah.
You don't even have to log in.
No.
No, you have to. It already logged me in though.
Oh, I am logged.
But
in.
yeah, there's a lot of good shouts in this one, and if there's only going to be 2, it seems like there's only going to be 2 that are
Michael
nominated in
Carrick's
this.
definitely not getting in
Or maybe 6. I don't know.
for first.
I
game.
think Vidic gets in. Vidic is
Yeah.
like,
I mean, Rio.
bro. I think
I
was
put
did
Rio
Vidic
over
win a
Vidic, but-
Ballon d'Or?
No, he won Player of the Season twice in a row. The only defender that's done
He
that.
was nominated for a Ballon d'Or, right?
Yeah, but
What do you
lots
mean,
of
like,
people.
not,
he
like-
was top 10. You mean? Yeah. If you're
Okay.
saying
Yeah,
top 10.
like Vidic was so fucking good, man.
I think Rio will still get ahead of him.
I think Rio's already.
he's already in. He's already in,
Yeah.
Chris. That's what I'm saying.
Oh, I swear I just
Yeah,
saw him on the
this
list.
is a tough
yeah.
list. Like
no,
obviously,
that
I'm gonna
was-
pick my Chelsea boys,
yeah.
and then if I had
I
to pick
think
4 more
Suing-
on top of that,
Yeah.
I'm probably gonna go Evra,
Vidic, Neville.
Evra, Vidic, Van der Sar. You kind of have to put in there too.
You got David
Evra,
Silva.
Vidic, Van der Sar, and
I don't know about Yaya.
Michael
Yaya's really
Lahm.
good.
You have to put
Michael
Neville
Owen.
and you have to put David Silva.
Yeah.
There's too many
I
Premier
have
League.
one more pick because it's either Silva or Neville. I think I just got to go with Neville to be honest.
Like,
Sorry, David
wait,
Silva.
wait.
no
Who'd you put
disrespect.
in before then?
I said Cesc, Eden,
And then the other 4 are
Vidic is
for
my
him.
3rd choice. Van der Sar is my 4th choice. I think I said Evra's my 5th
Yeah,
choice.
everyone won't get him.
And if I had a 6th one, I think I have to go with Neville.
Yeah.
Even though I would like to go Owen, but you look at it this
Oh
way,
no,
it's like it's
Owen.
one
No,
time.
but Owen's not getting in until the 3rd time round because of the PR he
Yeah.
has. The Liverpool fucking
Yeah.
hates him.
I think listen, Sheringham deserves to be there, but I
Yeah.
feel like,
Yeah.
but I think the problem is, yeah, if you look at like the fan base or like the Premier League people, like or like just in general, Sheringham is not known that well. I need to say that, but he's quality, bro. Him and Andy Cole
Got a golden
were
boot, man.
him and Andy Cole like were like the 1-2 punch, of course. Like if people remember that, and Andy Cole actually
Yeah.
got in. Big up to Andy Cole, but I think it's I genuinely think, yeah, like Defoe, Carrick, Evra, I'm glad to have to include in this. Owen, Neville, those guys are gonna have a hard time getting in first time, in my
Yeah.
personal opinion. Though even and I should add Les Ferdinand and Robbie Fowler as well.
Oh, yeah,
I feel
totally.
like the guys that are really gonna get in first time that have a really strong chance are Sol Campbell, my personal opinion,
Sol Campbell has a
Fabregas,
good chance, yeah.
Sol Campbell, Fabregas, Hazard,
Hazard.
Silva, Torre, Van der Sar, and Vidic.
Wait, do you think,
I think
Fabregas gets in first go?
he has a real possibility of getting first go. Yes.
It's a possibility, yeah. I mean, he is loved by Arsenal fans too, actually. Like, they don't hate him. So,
Yeah.
Yeah, because what was his
definitely
situation at Arsenal? He essentially he didn't get kicked out, but they didn't want to give him a new contract or something like that. Like I forgot
who?
what with
know about
Cesc
when-
Fabregas. Like
when
what
he-
happened
No,
with
no.
Arsenal
So
that didn't work
he was
out?
leaving Barcelona, and he hit up Arsene
Oh,
Wenger
you mean
first.
before he joined Arsenal again?
Yeah,
Before
when
he
he joined Chelsea,
Barca.
the reason why he joined us is because he actually hit up
Yeah,
Arsenal
he wanted
first,
to go to Arsenal.
and they didn't want to pay his wages at the time for the length of time. So Arsene
Mhm.
Wenger said no, thank you, politely, and then Mourinho hit him up.
Yeah,
Silly
was
them. That
very
was silly
of
them.
Very. But yeah, so yeah, ladies and gents, a little bit of lightheartedness there. Fun facts. You got 2 Chelsea players being nominated, Quenda getting a Player of the Year award, and then we also have the fun fact of we've kept the most clean sheets in February. So hopefully that continues on. We could have used it yesterday, like CP said. And speaking of yesterday, let's wrap it up because there's a little bit of controversy amongst the fan base about yesterday's game.
You said fun facts.
And yeah, I think we pointed this out in our review yesterday, but we thought nothing of it. And then now that upon second viewing and upon multiple opinions, it's coming out that we probably shouldn't have lost that game yesterday. As a result of that last goal. So let's go over it. And obviously we're gonna go back and forth and let's see what we think about this, guys. Because I think unless one of you can explain what I'm misunderstanding, but I think by the letter of the law, this goal shouldn't have stood yesterday. So you got the throw in, right? And I think this is the player that flicks it on, but I'm not even worried about that player, right? So he flicks it on. No, he doesn't. Does he? No, he does not.
Terrible.
Okay. So it's not him. That's not the player I'm worried about anyways. So the moment the ball gets flicked on, I forget his name. Otara. Otara's in an offside position, or at least it looks like he's in an offside position. Now, me and Chris and everyone else, we looked at this and we noticed like he tries to get involved in the play, but he misses the ball. He doesn't touch it. And as a result, the ball bounces through him, kind of gets in the way of Reese, and then Carvalho is there to put it away. Obviously, blame who you want. There's a problem that there's 4 defenders on this and everyone else is free here. But regardless, I didn't think about it this way, but technically, by the letter of the law, this should count as interfering with the play. And it should be counted as an offside. There's different angles here to look at. And this account saying as well, first offside error by VAR in 25-26 Premier League season. Otara, who was standing in an offside position at the moment of the touch by Ayer, attempted to play the ball, having an impact on Reece James. This is an offside offense under Law 11. So this is offside. The flick on comes on, and you can see doesn't touch the ball, but he gets in the way of Reece because Reece was trying to clear it. And as a result, is unable to clear it. And here's the law, right? A player in an offside position at the moment of the ball is played or touched by a teammate is only penalized on becoming involved in active play by, and it falls under this category, interfering with an opponent by, clearly attempting to play a ball which is close when this action impacts on an opponent, or making an obvious action with clear impact. Okay, yeah, but clearly attempting to play a ball which is close when this action impacts on an opponent. So no one's saying anything about it. Obviously, when King gets disallowed the goal for what I thought was a foul, stepping on a player, there's a whole fiasco in the media about it. But this one, where the call was wrong, VAR checked it, deemed it wasn't an offside. Clearly, they don't remember. This is the inconsistencies I talk about, people. This is the inconsistencies I talk about. Obviously, we shouldn't have to depend on that to win the game. I understand that, but we shouldn't have lost the game. That's the point I'm trying to make here. So officials deemed that there was no clear impact from Dango Otara before Fabio Carvalho scored. VAR James Bell studied it, but decided that the referee's call should stand as was subjective, and they didn't consider it a clear and obvious error. Read Brentford's equalizer versus Chelsea. On-field decision was that no offside occurred. Officials deeming clear impact from Dango Otara before Fabio Carvalho's score. VAR James Bell studied it, decided referee's call should stand as was subjective and didn't consider it a clear and obvious error, with PGMOL Howard Webb insisting on a high threshold for intervention. We'll need to wait to see if the incident is included in Webb's next Match Officials Mic'd Up episode to get his view on whether right or wrong. Set-piece coach Bernardo Cueva was amongst those adamant that Otara interfered. And again, this is the rule right here, ladies and gents, that I read out before. But yeah, it's... I think we were robbed of a victory. And yeah, this shouldn't have been given as a goal.
I mean, listen. Apparently, PGMO actually did come and speak out about it. They felt like apparently Otara was not affecting the play. That's why they did not give us offside, apparently, according to the VAR. They didn't think Otara
yeah, I read
was.
it, but what do you think?
I think we should be more concerned about the fact that we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 centre backs that could not win a header.
Yes, I get that, Ahmed. Obviously, like we all know that the defensive. Obviously, we know at the end of the day we should be beating teams regardless of this. But the fact is that this was given as a award. It takes the victory away from Chelsea at stoppage time, and it drastically changes the result.
Yeah, but Marshall, we say this about refereeing or football karma or whatever. Some things that will go in our way will go against us the other way, and it all balances out at the end of the season.
Exactly.
And people are saying we lucked out against West Ham or Fulham with some decisions. So now
Exactly.
here's the equilibrium. Here's the comeuppance,
I
right?
get it. I get it.
So I'm not. We wrote those decisions that the referee made with specific fouls or goals that weren't counted because of a tackle. So we got to ride this one then.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not sure. Yes, they made a mistake, but we already know these referees are incompetent in general. Either if it goes for us or against us, so I don't care about that. So yeah, it equaled out. That's what I think of it.
Okay, I think that's fair.
I mean, like I'm like in the same boat in a sense. Like, yes, like I feel like it is offside. Like he clearly does get in the way of rechains. I remember it was years ago, but like a few years ago, where Maguire was, I think
Wrestling
it's
Aspie?
Maguire. Like no, Maguire was sitting. No, there was situations like there where like yeah, Maguire put him in a headlock, but like Maguire sat in front of a Everton keeper. And they classed it offside because he's in the way of the keeper and stuff like that. But like, I like I say, I blame our defense on that one and Garnacho because like we have 4 defense and yeah, like I said, like we're gonna have like decisions what do go our way and what don't go our way. But like yeah, we have 4 defenders there and Garnacho just watching. I don't blame Reece because like yeah, he does get in the way actually in his like view and it actually tries to go for it. But yeah, like, and I don't blame Sanchez either. There are a couple I see now actually blaming him.
Yeah.
No, I thought it was just embarrassing how we bowled it still though, because like we went 2-1 up at 85 minutes and then bowled at like 7 minutes later or something.
Yeah, but we shouldn't have bottled it. You know what I'm saying? Like this shouldn't have counted anyways.
Yeah, I feel
so
like it's not...
if all is fair in the world, which obviously that's the whole Delulu land that I live in right now, and for this scenario specifically, we should be winning this. This should have been a win in our pockets, and we wouldn't be discussing what we're discussing.
No, but the world is fair because it equaled out. Remember, 2 weeks ago we got a goal that I thought counted, but didn't count against us, and we got a penalty. So it's equaled out.
Wait, that penalty was fair though. Fair. What, the one against Fulham?
Yeah, because there's a possible handball. I thought that was a handball, but anyways, also not even us. You can look at literally Spurs today, even though they won. Literally, someone was fucking holding Romero all the way down, and that wasn't called a pen for Romero.
No.
Yeah, today against Romero, it was wild.
Which game? Sorry.
Spurs game, which they won 3-0.
Yeah, I definitely didn't say that. No. I mean,
that was yesterday.
Against
West Ham. Yeah. That you threw me off because I was like, wait, there was a Spurs game today.
I'm just more.
I just want to say, it's funny that we've got a guy called Will here who's talking about it's offside and stuff like that. But listen, at the end of the day, I'm just gonna be a bit fairer here in terms of like the flow of the game. Brentford deserved a point in that game, bro. If we're being objective. What do you mean in terms of the way they defended, in terms of how poor we played? I can't lie to you. On some level, they did deserve that draw. Obviously, we should have won, but at the same time, for all they did, on all the hard work they had actually produced in terms of the low block and how hard it was for us to even break them down, particularly in that first half and points in that second half.
First half, they was better.
Yeah, but we had chances.
The second half,
we weren't clinical.
But Marshall, we've had a lot of we've had chances before and we've not finished them. So at the same time, you have to give them credit also.
We were the better team yesterday. We were the better team yesterday.
We were the better team in the second half.
If this doesn't, we were the better team overall, in my opinion. Yes, they scored first. They were clinical on the counterattack. That's fine and dandy. They didn't perform as well as we did overall.
What I would say, Marshall, is that in terms
we had better chances.
In terms of game execution, they were the better team in the first half. And in the second half, we were the better team.
I don't agree with that.
In the first half, they had a much better game execution than us. What are we talking about, Marshall? The first half was not.
We hit the bar in the. Okay, they scored. Good for them. Yes, obviously we made an error. Wesley Fofana not tracking his man, but we had opportunity to score in the first half as well. We just weren't clinical. We played better, and then we also played better. We improved in the second half. Overall, I think Chelsea had the better game, but the result doesn't show it. And on top of it, I don't think they deserve the result. Look at this. What we're looking at right now. That was a goal. It should have been offside.
I kind of understand what PGMO is saying here in terms of I don't think Ouattara at affects it that much, bro. I'll be real with you. That header was always going to go to the guy that's in the middle right now. The
No,
white fella.
because
I
if you look
disagree
at
with
the
that a
close
little
up,
bit. The header-
James, he's in front of Reece James, who could clear it if he wasn't in front of him. So it does interfere with it. I'll show you a better angle. Hold on, let me find it.
If you look at that, just that in general, and just think
This is
like
not a
this
good
is
angle,
him.
but yeah.
But Ahmed, do you think like if he doesn't get away with Reece James doesn't clear that?
You still have Garnacho there though. Like if we're being objective, we still have another man still there.
If Reece
That should be
James
with
gets
him.
there,
I know.
he
but
clears it.
I agree with like
And it
what
never
you
gets
and
to
CP
Garnacho.
say. I think we bowled anyway, but like
No,
I
I
do
agree,
think
yeah.
Reece does clear that if he doesn't like put his whole body in a way and trying to get it. And obviously he missed,
man.
and Reece James.
That's the
can get it.
consequence
I think
of
the
lean.
biggest.
I mean,
I think
it's-
the biggest and glaring error in that whole entire play is what CP said, right? 4 defenders on 1 player.
yeah,
Like,
I was-
why? There's no that should not have been the case. Like, the man marking in that scenario was horrendous.
The complete lack of communication and defensive setup.
Yeah, man. You need to start looking at Quaver, mate. You know what I mean? Former Brentford set piece coach. Interested in
No, I'm not. No,
I
no,
think
no,
our
no.
set
That's
pieces
not on
this year has
Quavo.
actually been quite good though.
That's on
Yeah.
our
It's just that
leadership at the
game
back.
we was
So
bad,
that's on.
obviously, for that.
That's on your Reece James. That's on your Cucurella. That's on your Thompson. That's your back line. You call it out. You're the leaders. You
Yeah,
call it
they-
out. You make. That's on your
Because of
goalkeeper too to voice it. I'm not blaming that on Quenda. I mean on our
Quavo.
set piece coach. That's
No, I
decision
agree
making.
with that.
I'm sorry, Quenda's not like, hey, 4 people. You're gonna mark this guy and fucking lose the header at the same time.
I
How
do
could I
hate the
not
fact
find this
though.
goal?
I'm not sure if
God damn
I haven't seen anything, but like a lot of people are very quiet on this one. But when it's against like obviously the fun one where Chalobah got stamped on, where it's definitely controversial and it could have gone either way, in my opinion, people was going way over the top for that one. I felt, but this one is dead
That's
silent.
where I'm getting at, Chris.
Like, I still stand by it. Like, I thought we bottled it and we just we deserved that drawn away. But yeah, I just don't like how it
God
is.
damn
Like
it.
with Chelsea, you know, fuck Chelsea.
All I ask
They
is
don't
for
deserve that.
consistency.
But also very quiet on this one.
Oh, let me go to the highlights. And
Are
I'll
you
pull
still trying to
up
find
there. Yeah, I try to find it on Twitter and then I
What are you
never
trying to find?
succeed. The goal, just so we can look at a closer up angle of it.
Wait, Ahmed,
Brentford.
your point on like Brentford deserving a point. Would you say okay? I would only agree with that if you also agree that today's game against Liverpool and Burnley.
What about Liverpool and Burnley?
Like I think Burnley deserved the point the way they defended the low block too. It's
Oh,
just
they
obviously
defended really
shitty-
well. I didn't
a
watch all
shitty
of it
tackle by the
completely.
defender, right? That got them the penalty.
Yeah,
but-
CP, you know I would agree with that. I genuinely believe that Burnley deserved the point in that game.
No,
the
that's
way
what I'm
they
saying.
played.
So if you
Yeah.
agree with that, I agree with your other standpoint too. Then that's all I'm asking.
Yeah, because that's what I was saying to like if we're being fair, Marshall, the first half was not great from us. They were the better side in the first half in terms of the way
Yeah.
they were able to defend
Attacking
against us and stuff like that. Yes, we created chances, 1 or 2 chances, but that does not mean overall in that first half Brentford executed their big game plan correctly,
I thought
and we just weren't good enough.
like even like you know where Joe Pedro in the first half you talk about big chances, like the
10
one
minutes
big
in,
chance
yeah.
Joe Pedro had, it got blocked anyway, like by them. Like they defended really
And the
well.
one we hit the post, it was just, let's be honest, a shitty cross that like hit the
Oh,
post,
that one, that was crazy, yeah.
created havoc.
Yeah, that was chaotic as hell, but I wish we got lucky with that one.
Yeah.
Because that, I love those type of lucky goals, especially when it's first, of course, but
Yeah, I think if the player's not in his way,
see, like
Reece
he's
can-
he
Reece
has
can much-
extended his legs, like Reece is trying to get, I don't know, but like, maybe,
Because if the player's on his way, Reece can change the direction of his body because obviously he can't dive forward, otherwise he's going to foul the player.
well, definitely, yeah, you can't just go straight
You know what I'm
through it.
saying? Like,
You have to
it's
be
just,
50-50
it's
with
just,
this.
yeah. Listen, at the end of the day, like, I agree with CP. Obviously, like, we can't depend on this for the game. We
Sanchez
can't ever
looked
depend
close.
on referees in general. Like, we all know how it is. With how inconsistent the FA is, like, we can't depend on referees for anything. But, yeah, like, this is just unfortunate. Once again, the inconsistencies of the FA, like, the guy's offside. I strongly believe the guy's impeding Reece James in this one, even though he doesn't touch the ball. It should have been called as an offside, and it is what it is. Like, it just sucks that no one's even bringing it up.
We got lucky there.
Like what annoys me too is that no one's bringing it up. And then I'm going to have to bring it up on American Waffle tomorrow, and people are going to call me a crybaby about the whole inconsistency of Fulham.
No one's going to bring it up. They only, with any team, right? Any big team, anything that goes for us, they're going to bring up as lucky. Anything that goes against us, unless it's like atrocious, like, Cucurella's hair pull kind of thing, then they're going to be like, okay.
That one really pissed me off when.
Besides that, they're not gonna give us any sympathy. They're not here for sympathy.
Yeah, it's annoying. And obviously now, it's a draw. By the way, it's not like we lost, but obviously now as a result,
feels like a loss.
It does feel like a loss because we lost in last minute the way we did the lead, but obviously with all this, like, the fan base is already in disarray. Like, oh, our title hopes is done. Like, it's already, the negativity just continues again, and it's just exhausting people. Okay, cool. Let's move on to some other topics. So let's talk about international breaks. We got an update on international breaks. What do you mean, an update on international breaks? Well, it looks like going forward, international breaks are going to change for the positive or the negative. I don't know. We'll get your opinion on this, guys. But this is a tweet. So, according to London World, FIFA have confirmed they will be changing the international windows. They have decided to reduce the number of international windows from 4 to 3, with the aim of reducing disruption of the domestic season. So, the way I understand this, I could be wrong, but from what it looks like, it seems that we're just going to have longer international breaks, but less of them in between the season. So I think international breaks are not going to have an extra week in them versus what they are right now, which is about essentially two weeks of international football, and then we get back to domestic. I think it looks like going forward, we're going to have now 3 weeks or 3.5 weeks of international football, and then the actual regular domestic season. I kind of like the idea, simply because I think one thing I hate about Premier League or just Europe in general is that you get 3 games after the transfer window or during a transfer window, and boom, that's it. You're in an international break. It happened last season too. Like, it happens every season. Like, we just have 3 games or 2 games before international break, and then boom. Like, it's just such a tease. Like, you don't really get a chance to, the team to build momentum and all that stuff. It really disrupts all that, and it can get really frustrating, especially considering it's right after like a transfer window closing and all that. So. It's a little annoying, so I don't mind this. I think this is a good change. What do you guys think?
I wish there's 2.
You wish it was just 2 international breaks?
Well, yeah, just do the 2 bigger ones, like, because I feel like only one of them.
So then we would have like a month off of English Premier League.
It'll be a month.
It would be about a month, yeah. Because think about it.
Normally, like a week, isn't it?
Think about it. Right now, it's 4, right? And it's 2 weeks. And in those 2 weeks, you play 2 games.
Like, we just had one. Wasn't
2
that just
weeks.
a week? Was it 2 weeks?
Yes.
Oh, it flew by.
Not really. It was fucking boring. Yeah, it was 2 weeks. It's always 2 weeks, Chris. And every international break, it's 2 games.
Navy, yeah. Navy can't have a whole month off. That'd be painful.
So that would be, if on that calculation, it would be 8 games in a year, right? So if you reduce it to 3, that means 3 windows. That means you have to play 8 games in 3 windows. That's about, you're going to be playing essentially 3 in 2 of the international windows and maybe 2 in another one.
Yeah.
So it would be longer international breaks.
I don't know, like, how they space it out, I don't know. I have to see how they space it and what it looks like, but...
probably like a fall...
It's probably gonna be fine, but
fall, winter, spring.
It's only one less week, isn't it? So,
like, I would do
1 more week.
I would do break. Yeah, I would probably do the 2-game one first, like probably in October and not in September. So basically, September one goes away. You make the October one 2 games, then you make the one in November, the 3 games, right, as it ramps up, and then you make the March one 3 games. Because at least besides us, the rest of Europe gets Christmas a week off or 2 weeks off for Christmas break, like Germany and stuff. So that's why you can give them a bit more workload. But yeah, like I hit the September one. That's the one that sucks more than anything else. It's like
because it's like literally 3 games in. Yeah, exactly.
And then boom, it's like, what the fuck, dude? We literally just started the season.
I know. I hate it. I genuinely hate it. So yeah, I'm in favor for this change. I think less disruption into the domestic season is fine. It actually could also get people to be more interested into international break. I mean, I speak for the South American and North American contingency on this one because I can't for the life of me watch European qualifiers. It's so fucking boring. Like European qualifiers, you play some of the most boring teams.
You're not excited about Portugal versus Moldova? What are you talking about, man?
How is that boring?
Yeah,
Tell me your interesting.
Or what about England versus Cyprus? Come on.
Get out of here, bro.
I mean, we saw Wales versus Canada.
I hold that, by the way. We want to hold that, you fraud.
Yeah,
hold that, you sheep lovers. We don't even
fucked
care
up
about
on
the
that
score.
one. Oh, that's why you brought it up yesterday.
Yeah,
Well,
that's why it's a
I didn't realize you guys played each other.
It's
We
a
played
third,
each other in a friendly,
it's a third sport we can give a
It's
shit
a friendly,
about.
pipe
Besides
down,
hockey
man.
and basketball, you still can't beat it. Hold that.
No,
Hold that.
it was a friendly. We didn't care.
Oh yeah, we didn't care. Hype.
It's just a
Okay,
1-0,
hold
man.
that.
Like it's like one of those games
Hold
where
that,
it's like
yeah.
it was
Hold
just
that.
chilling.
Craig Bellamy can hold that. Yeah, hold that.
Like I don't think we even started like Brennan Johnson or whatever in that game.
We didn't start that player hype. Yeah, win a game.
Like Brennan Johnson, man, he's our star boy now. Like
Damn,
Boy. Oh man, how the mighty have fallen. From Gareth Bale to Brendan Johnson.
no one's gonna beat Bale, man. Bale's like one of the greatest British players anyway. So.
Yeah, the fall off is crazy. Hey, listen, man, you're
Anyone's
not
gonna fall
alone.
from
My
that, man.
country's fallen off tremendously.
Hey, it's like
From
Nah.
fucking Pizarro to I don't even know who the fuck we have. Rudiaz? Is Rudiaz my striker right now? I don't even know, bro.
No, what about your other country though? You mentioned. What about your other country?
Anyways, we can move on. But yeah, international breaks. There's less of them now, and I'm all for it because, yeah, give me more Chelsea. Don't give me the rest of that shit.
CP. Oh, he's back.
No, I know why.
Yeah, no, he knows exactly what he's doing. Anyways, let's move on.
I am not a clown.
Let's talk about
You got-
the next
you got
topic.
Poch, man.
We got a sleeve sponsor, guys.
We'll get a shirt.
Yeah, who cares
Not-
about
not a
Poch?
shirt
Let's talk
one.
about
It
a
was
sleeve
a shirt.
sponsor. Ooh, a sleeve sponsor.
wait. On our sleeves?
Yeah.
Yeah, Chris.
On
that's
our
what
sleeves.
That's
Are
what
we-
the
are we
That's
word
where
gonna
the
become an
sleeve
F1
sponsor
car one?
goes, on the
Sleeve
sleeve.
It's in the name. It's in the
Yeah.
name.
Yeah, I know. It's just,
Imagine if our sleeve sponsor went on our socks. That would be weird.
we
why would you
may
call
as
it a
well put on
sleeve
our
sponsor
shorts
at
as
that
well,
point?
man. Let's put on our shorts.
On the undies. Put it on the undies. You know?
Well, I mean, you have to see it.
Yeah,
Well,
I don't know about
No,
that one.
well, you're gonna have to see. That's the whole point of the sponsor, so you can't do it.
All right. We have a sleeve sponsor, Chris, and their name is Hayer right now. As of right now, I think this is finalized. But Hayer Group is considering signing a sponsorship. It's not finalized. Never mind. Hayer Group is considering signing a sponsorship deal with Chelsea. If an agreement is reached, the Chinese home appliance giant's logo will appear on the sleeves of the men's and women's first team shirts. The club is looking for a new partner to replace Live Nation. Last week, Hayer signed global sponsorship deals with Liverpool and PSG as part of its international expansion through football sponsorship. The goal is to strengthen the brand's presence in key regions and increase its value in the long term. Though these partnerships, Hayer competes with established... Wait, hold on. Through these partnerships, Hayer competes with established competitors such as Samsung, a former longtime front and shirt sponsor for Chelsea, LG, Hisense, which also invests in sports sponsorship. Founded in 1984, Hayer has ranked number one globally in major home appliance retail sales for 60 consecutive years, serving over 1 billion households in 200 markets. Last year, Chelsea held talks with China's Cherry International, but ultimately no agreement was reached regarding branding on the sleeves of on the sleeves of the shirts. The club maintains strong ties with Chinese fans, and their club World Cup victory was celebrated with a show at the Chongqing World Financial Center. This looks sick, actually. Let me look at
Yeah, I
this.
saw this video.
Damn, this is fucking dope. Look at that. Look at that.
It's that
Chris.
city in China that looks like looks like all neon like Tron like and shit.
Bro, this is where they fucking filmed The Dark Knight, I'm pretty sure, bro.
Yeah, and
Wait, that ass?
parts of it, and also like
Oh, that's so cool. I was totally guessing. It looks like that scene where, you know, Batman propels and
falls down. Yeah,
propels down and freaking
it kind of looks like a Blade Runner.
beats that guy.
It looks like a Blade Runner kind of vibe.
Yeah, no, this is a cool city, man. And I think I do like this is fucking sick. I like that we're expanding our market for sure, and we're reaching more international fans than we ever did before. This is cool. Oh, look at that. And there's a Chelsea fan back here. Unless this is AI generated.
No, that's not
AI.
That's for the video.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
They
Just
can
happens to be
hire
there.
He's basically posting on their version of YouTube. It says China Blue, so I'm assuming this is the Chinese,
China Blues.
like in
Yeah,
terms
this
of
is cool.
China, Chelsea fan base.
Maybe you can
Yeah.
collab with them one day.
Yeah, man. This is a cool little city, man. It's fucking cool. I want to go here. Anyways. Yeah, big up. But yeah. Obviously, sleeve sponsor would be nice. A little extra money right there. Still nothing on a shirt sponsor, and I'm starting to get worried now because it's starting to get a
We're
little
not getting
ridiculous.
Hey,
mean, do
that's
you
fine
guys-
with me. And that's fine with me, man.
Okay, but is it fine? Is this fine with you? Like, actually, is it only just up for the
I-
shirt?
No,
reasons?
I'm just saying. Hey, I have my Christmas bonus coming in. That's when I'm buying the third kit. So just get a shirt sponsor after that. You know what I'm saying? For the
I mean, probably will be like either after Christmas or just next season. How many? Is this the third season without sponsor?
yes, third season in a row.
Yeah.
Also, Kai, right now,
we're
I don't know.
cooking on
Man.
that. We're cooking with no sponsors.
Mm.
The amount of money they're asking for, man, just put it in Nigerian naira, and then that's the way they'll take it, man.
We'll
Yeah.
take something at this point, I guess.
We'll get something.
It's
Like,
just crazy. They're not like it doesn't seem like they're desperate for a
They're
sponsor.
not. They're
'Cause,
asking for a high
No.
price. That's why
like
they're.
they're setting their price and say, okay, if we don't get the price, then we're not gonna do it unless we do like a one season thing, right? Then they might do it.
And you know what? If
Look at
this
beat.
stops signings like Gittins from hey, if I have to take a hit of 50 million for not having a shirt sponsor, if I don't sign a Gittins again next year, I'll take it. Man.
yeah, I mean, at this rate,
Pick up here.
I'm really hoping that what the plan is to have like a record-breaking deal for a fronted shirt sponsor.
That's not
Because
happening.
I'm sure they've had deals like offered to them that they've turned down because
Do
they're
you
trying
know
to be
the
able to
Etihad? Do you know the Etihad deal that's happening for Man City that got approved?
No.
It's so you know how they won that court case or whatever, right?
Yeah, they won that
whole
court case,
sponsorship. Yeah, the rumored price for them being sponsored for 10 years is between 1.3 to 1.5 billion. So it's averaging about 100 million a year
Yeah,
plus.
that's
So I don't
crazy.
think we're gonna break that record. We're not breaking that, Marshall. We're
Who
not
is
breaking
sponsoring?
100
How
million
much a
pounds
year?
Over
135, 130 to 150 if you're at 1.3
Yeah,
to
a year,
1.5.
a year for Man
God
City.
damn.
Yeah,
All right, never mind. You're right. CP.
yeah. Thank you. That's
Yeah, no.
Who's
If that's the
who's
number, then
sponsor?
that's crazy. Etihad.
yeah.
Oh wow. Okay, yeah.
Yeah. Well, I can now understand why Premier League were trying to sue,
Yeah.
or City were trying to sue, but why Premier League were trying to fight it. Yeah. All right. Well, that's going to be something to look into. Sleeve sponsored by Hire. We'll see how that goes and how that progresses. And then maybe a front shirt sponsor announcement at some point, but still nothing. So let's move on to another one. This is an interesting one, and this is something we've been asking for a little bit of time. And it's a new addition to Blueco. And what I mean by a new addition to Blueco, multi-club model, people. It sounds like they're going to go for Santos. So, breaking, Chelsea owners Blueco are interested in buying Brazilian club Santos as they continue their multi-club ownership plan. There we go. Blueco is one of the interested parties in Santos FC. In July, there was a meeting between members of the group, such as Baghdad Bali and president of Santos. At the moment, it is just conversations. I'll go to CP for this one as someone who watches more of the Brazilian Serie A than I think most of us here. I don't know. Yeah. What do you think about this one? I think this is actually a pretty good accusation. Santos isn't
they have a decent talent pool. The thing is, like,
that's where Neymar came from, ladies and gents, if you didn't know.
They're kind of a pretty shite club right now in terms of their standing. They're just falling. Their next brightest prospect is Robinho's son. Yes. Their next prospect through their pool, I think he's 15 right now. Is Robinho's? Is Robinho's?
I have that saved somewhere. I would talk about it another day.
Yeah, and we're interested in looking at him, obviously.
Yeah. So I think this is a good addition, in my opinion. It's not a joke.
I wouldn't. If I was to buy a Brazilian club for their talent and growing talent, this would not be the club right now.
You don't think they can build it up, though? I mean,
but if you want a conveyor belt that is doing that, it's Palmeiras. That's who you buy. You pay the money, you buy them.
Don't they go in cycles though? Like, no, maybe
no.
Not.
Santos hasn't had anyone good since Gonzo and Neymar, and I would probably say them. Gonzo and Neymar is probably their last big products that they've had coming through the system.
Yeah, I think it's good to have at least something in there,
like to loan out to.
If I was clubs to loan out to, and if I was to, I guess, compare like what Santos is in Brazil versus to like a team in the Premier League, is it fair to say they're almost like a Newcastle in a sense?
No, they're bigger than that. That's kind of offensive. I wouldn't say that. They're like a top 6 side.
Newcastle's big, bro. What are we doing?
Yeah, but they're not a top 6 side.
Historically,
they're not. They're
not.
Like probably the biggest in terms of population and popularity is São Paulo, and then it's probably Flamengo because of Zico. So you're basically looking at, and then Botafogo, because all the clubs in it's kind of like all the clubs in London, right? Population center.
Sure.
So São Paulo has about 3 big clubs, which is like Corinthians, São Paulo, and Botafogo, and then you got Santos, and then you got Flamengo as kind of like, you could say, the big 5, big 6 kind of thing.
Okay.
They're like a big 6.
You would never say Newcastle's bigger historically than Everton. No one would ever say that. Well, they shouldn't, at least, if they know their history.
Yeah.
Newcastle historically is not that big a club, dude. There's no like global appeal with that whatsoever. It's not like they were in the Champions League every year. They don't have a ton of titles to point to either.
Yeah. In terms of titles, they're like the New
enough.
York Knicks, man. They only got 2 like last ones from the fucking 70s. Like that's what.
I don't know, man.
They're literally Spurs. Like you could think of like Spurs.
So you would say Santos is like a big 6 side
Yeah, definitely.
with
for sure.
not much glory as of late.
Yeah, they haven't won the league recently at all. It's basically been dominated by Flamengo and Palmeiras and these guys. So they haven't really won since 2015, I think.
In that sense, I feel like it's kind of a good accusation because you don't have that much groundwork you have to do. It wasn't like Strasbourg. Like Strasbourg was like a near relegated side, and they had to invest a good amount of money into getting it back to.
You do know these men were also recently relegated.
Wait, Santos was?
Yes.
Oh, I had no idea.
Like
that's news,
that
sorry.
was the thing. They were
when did they get
relegated 2 seasons ago.
Oh, okay.
That's crazy.
Well,
actually.
like-
That's actually really
Well,
crazy.
look at
So you saying it's not a Strasbourg? I'm like, brother.
Never mind. I take everything I said
brother,
back then.
brother.
I take everything I said back.
Yeah,
That's
like
crazy.
wasn't Strasbourg fighting relegation? We turned after a season or so, like they got to top 7, right? So
Yeah.
I mean, we could help Santos out.
They're not
with,
like
loans and stuff. And
they're
more
not like
money.
15th place like Strasbourg this season. They're like
In defense of Strasbourg, the season before Clear Lake acquired them, they did finish 6th.
Yeah.
Okay.
Fair enough.
And they'd been in Ligue 1 since 2017.
Yeah, and also if you're talking about Santos,
Oh,
Santos
okay.
are 15. By the way, Santos are also 15th right now. Just a heads
Yeah,
up.
they're okay. Damn.
So
All right, I
we're
take back
buying
everything I
buying a
said.
Strasbourg situation right now. We're
Yeah,
buying
we are in Brazil, which is nice though because it gives us access to more talent in Brazil. Which
You
I'm
mean
looking.
like the left back who's joining us that we're gonna loan right back to Santos next season? Are you talking about him?
What's his name
Denner.
again?
Denner, whatever fuck his
Yeah, I
name.
totally forgot about Denner. I ain't
Yeah.
gonna lie to you, dude. Yeah, I don't know what's up.
Don't
with
worry,
that guy.
Brazil doesn't care about him either. Trust me.
Yeah, we'll see what happens with that one. It's an interesting one. I'm speaking of Strasbourg, actually. I wanted to bring this up because we did talk about this briefly last show, and I kind of wanted to maybe this clarifies a few things. I don't think it does. I think you still has more questions actually about it. But the Chilwell transfer. So we've talked about this briefly because it looked a little sus, but there's been a little bit more detail about it. Matt Law saying Chilwell was on about 200 pounds a week, so the only way the deal could get done was for Chelsea to make a settlement with Chilwell. So them agreeing to do a settlement, which they don't really do, if you look back, is I think a bit of a favor to Chile and done well by Chile. So I like that. So we had a settlement with Chilwell. This is the part that confuses me. So what does that have to do with the transfer? If he settled with us, is he still getting paid?
No,
I
if
think
he
he's
settled
taking
with
less
us,
money,
he's going to be on lesser wages there.
Okay.
He took a lump sum payment from Chelsea to take smaller wages over there so he could go and play football because they can't afford to pay him the wages Chelsea were paying him. Otherwise, there would have been no settlement. So think about it like paying a person to go away.
Almost
Not
like
wrong.
almost like a
That's
severance
pretty much what
package.
happened.
Yeah.
Instead of like, so when you terminate somebody's contract, you pay them all the wages you owe them at once, and then they're free to go. They're not terminating his contract. They're just reaching some sort of lump sum payment to hand him and say, hey, you can go play over there on 30, 40K a week or whatever they're going to pay him.
Yeah. But we're going to pay you the majority of what we owe you.
They're
so
going
that
to
it
pay them. They're going to
compensates
pay him whatever they agreed to pay him in that settlement.
Yeah.
How long did Chilwell have on his Chelsea deal?
2 years.
He had
2
till
years.
2027, I think.
Yeah, he had 2
Yeah,
years
they
left.
might have paid him 1 year's worth of wages or whatever and said, hey, go over there.
Yeah, because we still haven't heard like what the fee was. Because
I'm guessing if you have to reach a settlement payment with the player, you're not getting a fee. Or if you're getting a fee, it's going to be like £1 on the books.
Yeah, like the transfer, because they said there was that Strasbourg acquired Chilwell for a 2-year contract from Chelsea. It's like, okay, it was a transfer technically. He didn't go on a free. So
Yeah. So if he's on a 2-year contract, maybe whatever the settlement is and whatever his Strasbourg wages are equal what his Chelsea wages would have been.
If
But if
that,
they're not going to give us details, we don't know.
so with the settlement being done, let's just go down this hypothetical rabbit hole. Okay, the settlement's done. We do a settlement with Chilwell. He goes on a free to Strasbourg. Is that then gonna come up as a red flag, you guys reckon, for fair value of players that was warned with us with the whole UEFA situation, all that?
Why would it?
No.
They paid him to leave. That counts against, like, the settlement payment's going to count in the financials against the club. Sure. It's going to count as,
Okay.
like, money spent.
Okay,
Like, but
that seems fair to me.
until we know, and we probably never will, until we know exactly what that is and the structure in which it's paid, which I don't know why fans would ever get that information. You can only really suspect. The real thing that tells me is Chilwell wanted to go play football. So he would have had to facilitate that to a degree, knowing there's no market for him and he's not in the first team coach's plans.
Yeah,
Because
and
Palace could have come and got him in the summer, and they decided to sign a backup left wing back out of Germany, I think. So it is what it is, man. There's no market for him. He gets to go play in Strasbourg. They have European football in Liga. I think they have like 3 wins from 4 this season so far.
Yep.
yeah, they're
One
not
game
doing
they
too bad.
lost was like in stoppage time.
Yeah, penalty. And
So yeah, like if Chilwell's smart, he should be able to get 20, 25 games there across the season. Who knows? We'll see. Whatever. But good for him, man. He gets to go play football. gives himself an outside chance at finding form to maybe be in the World Cup discussions in the spring. Who knows?
Maybe. What were you gonna
It's
say,
not like
CP?
England have a million left backs.
And Tuchel does like his players, so if he starts banging in goals, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like if Jordan Henderson and Loftus-Cheek could get called, I'm sure Silwell might be able to figure something out with a good 8 months.
Yeah. What were you gonna say, CP?
The funny thing is, you know how we want a ball playing center back who can do these long balls that cut through the lines. There's
Sure.
literally two of them at Strasbourg right now. One we fucking bought and decided to loan the fuck out to them, and the other one that Strasbourg bought, who's also been balling since they bought him, in Augsburg. He got the stupidest red I've ever seen in the world, where it was a free kick. Sar was kicking the ball, and Augsburg literally just grabs the ball with both hands and puts it back on the ground, and he gets it.
I mean,
stupid.
by the way, like,
but
I know we're saying this in hindsight, but Mamadou Sarr wanted to go anyways, so it's not like he would have stayed at Chelsea.
Great, hey, you know what? Great story, but we should care more about what our club needs and not what the fuck he needs as a fucking 19-year-old. I don't give a fuck.
Santos did the same thing, man. He wanted to
No,
go.
not when Fofana. Not when Fofana's always injury prone. Badiashile, where the fuck is he? He's what is he like? What is he? I don't know where the fuck he is. Okay. Colwell gets injured. We call him. We recalled Marguerite. We call him.
Yeah.
Well, we might recall him in January.
Why can't we recall him now?
Nah,
You
there's
need
no
the depth
reason.
now. Why the fuck do I care, Jan?
I'm not saying we're gonna. Pete,
honestly,
the option is there. Is
let him play there for a season.
Yeah.
Give these guys a chance to fail and sign their transfer away from the club. Like if Fofana, Badiashile, obviously Disasi's not in the plans. All of these names probably need to be gone in the summer. Like regardless of how Colwell comes back from his injury.
Yeah.
All those names need to be gone. Clear the decks. Center back market, I don't know, whatever. Find a name next summer. That'd be great. If not, this guys like Sarr can come in.
I'm actually glad you brought up Disasi, because this gets us from Chilwell. This gets us into the bomb squad, right? Because he was in the bomb squad for a little bit, and there's a bit of news going on in regards to the bomb squad. So just to bring up some stuff here, some clarity. Still, obviously, some things that needed to be clarified from after the window. So apparently, Nazar Kinsella is saying here that Axel Disasi wants to prove himself and get back into Enzo Maresca's thinking, albeit from a separate building for now, as he expected to be in the bomb squad. Disasi has declared himself available if called upon. Wishful thinking, brother. Axel Disasi, the idea was to leave Chelsea this summer to find a project to flourish and play a bit more. Currently, my situation is that I'm continuing to train. By next week, I'll know for sure what my future holds. Raheem Sterling has firmly rejected a Fenerbahce transfer proposal. Him and Fofana and Disasi are registered in the Premier League squad as well. And Maresca said this in regards to those players. I haven't seen Renato Vega. I haven't seen Axel Disasi. I haven't seen Raheem Sterling because they train at a different time on a different pitch. I haven't seen them since we started the season. No, there is no way back for them. That's like in the parentheses. So, Axel, my guy, I like the mentality, but I don't think.
You cook much at home?
Yeah, I cook very well.
I don't think you're cooking. You're not cooking anything here.
What's
What's
Are
up?
we going this back in time?
It's not really back in. It's brother. This is 2 days ago.
Yeah, but it's like
What's he-
bomb squad behaving it. Like I'm not sure.
What's
we know
he-
Go ahead.
We
What's
just
he
had an
supposed to
international
say?
break on, man.
That's what I'm saying.
Who?
Like
Disasi.
Also, Ahmed, last weekend the Turkish window was still open when these quotes were given.
no, this is given 2 days ago.
Well, this,
No, the
but
previous
Fenerbahce
ones.
and
Yes.
stuff like there was
Last
there was
weekend
other
the
clubs.
Turkish window would
Yeah.
have still been open.
Is
Yeah,
the
'cause-
Saudi window still open?
I don't think so.
No.
Because I remember
That's why that true.
Yeah.
Because remember that Fofana went to the I think actually on the game day itself he went on loan to like a Turkish team. So
Yeah.
I just
But
think
no, it's
Yeah.
just kind of like these are the 3 players we're pretty much stuck with until January. We'll see what happens with them, right? Like, I think Disasi. I feel like we just didn't have enough time to formulate something with Monaco. I think Monaco is probably his best bet.
I actually
know
don't
what's
think
gonna
that's the
happen with
case, Marshall.
Sterling.
I don't know if
Talk
you
to
know
me.
this. Monaco didn't even go come in for him, bro. I think he thought they would come in for him, but they actually did not come in to actually buy him or like even get him on loan, which was the issue. At least with the Monaco situation, right? I think if you look at Sterling, bro, that guy's not going to leave the club, bro. So there's no point of us dilly-dallying or making assumptions here, unless some random London club. At one point, we were hoping that would be Fulham. Decides, we know what, we're going to come in for Sterling and actually get him. Which they went for Tariq George, obviously, as you all remember and saw.
Well,
we
Fulham
need
were
to
gonna
him
get
for Tariq
Sterling,
George.
and then it was gonna be George, but then Harry
Yeah,
Wilson didn't get.
that's
his
what I'm
move,
saying.
so-
Yeah, until something that happens, then there's no chance Sterling leaves. Essentially,
Yeah.
again, Vega's already at somewhere else. Who's a part of the bomb squad? Right, it's just him and Disasi. And
Where did
ironically,
Vega go?
he went to Villarreal. He's at Villarreal right now.
That's hilarious. Good for him, man.
I think the
We got
funny
like a
thing.
40% sell-on clause on that.
I'm
player,
actually
by the
gonna
way.
make a hot take, Marshall. You know, Disasi may come into the team. You know, Disasi may come into the team here. Only if, for example, right, you lose a Tosin, you lose a Chalobah, right? We know how injury prone of Fafana is, right? Remember, Cole was already gone, so the only guy you have depth-wise then is going to be a Champong, basically. At that moment in time, if I'm not mistaken. So there may be an opportunity where Disasi may actually just have to come in because we lost a little bit of depth, basically. That's the only guy I can see if we lose a bit more
We'll
depth in
probably
that
still be
centre back
backup
Chelsea.
though. Like even
No, yeah, 100%. But
Yeah.
I think the point I'm trying to make is that I don't necessarily think.
Squad.
Yeah, he'll be a sort of part of the squad. Yeah,
I don't think any of those guys will come back in any scenario, like realistically either. I just don't think it will happen. I think you would see Hato play center back before those guys get minutes at all. I don't know.
I mean,
I think this is the role he plays in
on the
that,
left
yeah,
side. Yeah, he could play the left side centre back. Hato.
yeah. The other thing as well is that who's that? I literally forgot who I was the player I was about to mention here. But like the other thing I was gonna mention. Who's it? Yes, I remember now. The other thing I should mention, right, is that obviously you've seen with Tariq George, they were willing to reintegrate him into the team. Obviously, you saw that right after he's failed for the move, because obviously both the player and obviously you would assume Chelsea still rate him enough that you know what, we're not gonna fuck him up basically, and just throw him into the bomb squad because he's not been able to get his move, which is the fault of Fulham, of course.
Yeah. No, of course. It's that would be really harsh because he was in the first team. He deserves to be in the first team. But at the same time.
Yeah, but they also saw Delap get injured for 2 months or whatever. They're not dumb.
So, yeah. They're not gonna be silly about this whole situation. So
I would have just kept Tariq George as third striker the whole time. Either him or you, just keep them as third striker and just be like, hey, that's what you're gonna be for the season.
I actually would say you have to keep George as the left winger because it's clear, at least in my opinion, it's kind of clear to me, and I've said this when we even brought him, when we spent a lot of money on him as well. Getting is going to take a bit of time to really get into hopefully his groove that you're looking to get him into. Obviously, from what we've seen, right? And so having a Tariq George in that position alongside I can't believe I'm saying this guy's name, Garnacho. At the very least, you've got guys that can still give you something on that wing, if that makes sense. And that's just
spend 85 mil on some wingers to maybe play George. It's almost like you probably shouldn't have bought that.
I agree. I didn't even know why we brought Gittins to be honest in the first place, but he's here now.
the price he came at,
He's here now, right? So
if you're spending that much on attacking players, you expect to be able to play them immediately. That would be nice.
I agree.
Yeah.
This is the thing, like guys, we know Tariq George is not a striker, but it's really a question of who's closer to getting a permanent move in the summer. You probably sell that one. I'm just saying what I would have done as a third striker. If you tell me that they never loaned Gu to Sunderland and they tell him he's going to be third striker and Jackson's going to be sold, I don't think anyone is mad. I'm certainly not mad.
I agree.
Like it is what it is. We needed one.
My thing is, yeah, Gui is just more suited to be that third striker for us in the way that the gap has been playing now of João Pedro.
Because he actually
I don't
played
know.
him last season as well.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah. He trusts him already. Like he knows the system. There's not really much integration period that needs to be had.
I do wonder why they greenlit the Sunderland loan as their third striker instead of our third striker. Because they had Mayenda, right? And they bought Isidore.
By the way, they got Bobbery though. The thing is, they did get Bobbery after getting not getting some after Gui left. I don't know if you know that, but from Ajax. So for me, I think they must have been told by Sunderland that we're gonna probably be using Gui quite a bit more often. If that makes sense. In terms of like, I think if one striker doesn't work, he can come on. If that makes sense. And then
I just don't really get the point of sending him there that early in a window.
Yeah, things that are gonna be questionable, and
Hey, the we should have bought Rodrigo crowd. Don't make me look up Rodrigo's stats for this season, man. I hope they're good. I hope they're good. Saying we should have bought Rodrigo is fine. With 6 goals last season, no goals so far this season.
Not really.
Don't know. I don't know.
But one thing I do know, and actually kind of happy we got a decent panel right here for this one. The big Bamba that dropped earlier this week. Listen, the only thing that I could really play to express my feelings in this one is this video right here. And ladies and gents, 74 charges. Chelsea were caught cheating. Or not really caught. We kind of handed ourselves in. Let's read some tweets about it. Here's some details in regards to it. And I'm surprised Prime's not here because Prime wanted to talk about a certain topic. So if he shows up, we'll talk about it too. But to start things off, this kind of happened in the middle of the international break, maybe the day before the actual 74 charges thing dropped. Apparently, Abramovich lost his legal fight against the EU, who say sanctions against the former Chelsea owner are necessary and appropriate. So, yeah, it is what it is. And then Fabrizio dropped this Bamba here, right? So Chelsea have been charged with 74 breaches of the FA agent regulation rules between 2009 and 2022 under Roman Abramovich. Breaches relate primarily to the period of 2010-2011 and 2015 and 2016. Chelsea have until the 19th of September to answer. Continuing on, Chelsea hit with 74 charges by the FA. Abramovich era to be laid bare. Chelsea's own internal investigation, why sporting sanctions may be unfair, Ferguson hazard claim, and key differences between Chelsea and Manchester City. Breaking, Chelsea are expecting a financial sanction roughly similar to the £8 million fine that they got from UEFA and are not expecting a sporting sanction, according to Matt Law. Kieran Gill also reporting here that Chelsea are not expecting a sporting sanction from the FA 74 charges. Chelsea expect a resolution more in line with the UEFA settlement. Told they were tax-related matters since settled with the HMRC and had no impact on PSR. Plus, clubs self-reported and showed transparency. Ben Jacobs saying that the possible sanctions could include points deductions, transfer ban, or a fine. GMS understands there is optimism no sporting sanction will occur. The Premier League are running their own separate investigation, which I'm sure that's going to be fun when that pops out. Chelsea could face a 10-point deduction if found guilty of the 74 charges. They were accused by the Football Association, according to the Mirror. And Sky Cava gave us a little bit more of a breakdown, more detailed here, so I'll read it out. Chelsea's 74 charges have come about as a result of their new owners discovering potential breaches of the rules when they were carrying out due diligence when they bought the club in 2022. As soon as they bought Chelsea in May 2022, they self-reported potential historical breaches to the FA, Premier League, and UEFA. Due diligence during the takeover process is believed to have uncovered payments connected to transfer to offshore companies and players' families and representatives. The multi-million pound payments appear to have been registered in accounts submitted to the FA, Premier League, and UEFA. At the time of their takeover, Chelsea's new owners withheld £100 million of the $2.5 billion they paid for the club to cover unforeseen liabilities. In July of 2023, Chelsea agreed to pay UEFA €10 million as a settlement for the incomplete financial reporting between 2012 and 2019, during the period when Roman Abramovich owned the club. The Premier League investigation into Chelsea is ongoing. Over the past 3 years, Chelsea have been cooperating fully with all the investigations that have handed over all the files and data they have been asked to provide. Regarding possible punishment, a sporting sanction could punish present owners and players who were not at the club when the potential breaches occurred. It could also discourage others from self-reporting potential breaches. Good point. For those reasons, a financial penalty may be more of an appropriate sanction. The transfers which raised potential concerns during the takeover process were believed to include deals for players such as Eden Hazard, Samuel Eto'o, and Willian. Sky Kev also reporting more. FA sanction for Chelsea likely to be in line with the UEFA settlement. Sporting sanctions such as points deductions not understood to be on the agenda. Chelsea self-reported the breaches and have cooperated with the FA. The breaches are related to tax matters which have been settled with HMRC. They would not have impacted financial fair play regulations compliance. We are closer to the end and rather than the start of the process, which is good to know. Telegraph reported here that they understand that there is an expectation that the FA will reveal a lot of detail if Chelsea are sanctioned for breaching regulations regarding the agent, intermediary, and third-party payments, that elements of the Roman Abramovich era will be laid bare in public, which the club are comfortable with given their unprecedented cooperation in the matter.
I'm not too sure about that.
Many executives at Chelsea's rivals remain aggravated by the situation. They feel UEFA's £8.6 million settlement was too light and are impatient about the lack of resolution in the Premier League investigation. Chelsea have hired one of the big accountancy firms to analyze the breaches. They do not believe there has been any sporting advantage and will argue no sporting sanction is necessary. And then Enzo Maresca had been questioned about it, and his response was, I know from the club they are satisfied about the situation and process. Personally, I have nothing to add. I have no idea. And to be honest, I always focus on the pitch side, something that I can control. I think that's a perfect response. But yeah, people, we were cheating. Oh, well. We got caught. I'm not gonna mope and be upset about it. Let's also be honest. These other clubs aren't clean. They've cheated before. We've heard the stories in the past about, United and Ferguson era, threatening referees and getting decisions in their way.
Can we not do this? Can we not do this, Marshall? Let's focus on ourselves first, yeah? Because I feel the problem whenever we talk about cases from previous history, whether it be United, whether it be Liverpool, that sort of the red clubs essentially, let's just put it that way, right? Is that the time period is not as close as what this is right now to us. And sure. B, I would also argue the other problem that you had then was also that the league was essentially a one-man team at that point in time, in the 90s. When a lot of the stuff that we talk about, late 80s, pretty much the 90s essentially, it was a one-man team. It was literally Man United, bro. Liverpool was literally in decline. Arsenal were basically the second best team. That's it.
The only reason I bring it up is because people shouldn't be throwing stones out of glass houses. I'm not going to sit here and criticize and pretend we're the only club that have cheated in the past. Because that's what people want us to believe, right? Oh, Chelsea, you should forfeit your trophies and all this and that. All right, well, we can go back in time and listen to multiple clubs doing multiple things to get an advantage.
Listen, I made a joke.
No, the game's a game, man. If you're not cheating, you're not trying,
No, it's not even if you're not cheating, not trying. I'm gonna go a step further. Let's look at the guys that they mentioned Samuel Eto'o, Eden Hazard, and
all right, you can't be that shameless though. We did get Hazard.
If we exclude Hazard from
Hazard's
that equation,
a pretty big game changer. I'm not gonna lie.
I'm saying exclude Hazard from the equation. Yeah. Willian.
But you literally can, though.
You can. Because
Yeah.
I'm
Okay,
looking at all three players. Yeah.
You're
Okay?
hypothetical, yeah.
Right. If you exclude hypothetical, Samuel Eto'o, they're not even in the league with us, bro.
Yeah, no, Samuel Eto'o was not good for Chelsea, and Willian was mid.
Willian,
I will say Eto'o did score like 13 goals that season.
in any of our title-winning seasons, was only giving us 4 goals, 3 assists. Like, come on, bro. His best goal scoring happened when we finished 10th, and he scored 10 goals in the league. Literally, no shade to my boy Willian, but that's just statistically.
I mean,
what
we
he gave
stole
us
him
that season.
off Tottenham, didn't we? So
Yeah, so like for me, the point I'm making, if you want to criticize us, I think Hazard is obviously the good example of that, right? In terms of like the player, but like the other 2 players, one was essentially was technically a starter, but if you look at in game what he did, what he added to the team, I mean, I just want to say, Pedro was giving us better moments than Willian, with all due respect. That's all I'm saying. But I just think, listen, in general, the pup, especially with some of the stuff that we just look at when it comes to Chelsea, I am a little bit worried about this transparency stuff that they're talking about Abramovich era, because that can lead down a few things here I don't want to know about, bro. You know what I mean? You don't want too much stuff out in the open, if that makes sense.
I think these are okay. Knock on wood. I hope these are the only things that.
No. Because like the next thing that came out was like, oh, Chelsea's willing to just reveal every single thing about the Abramovich era. I'm like, I'm not too sure we want to be opening that rabbit hole personally. Let's not do that. Yeah, I'm just saying. Let's just not do that. You know what I mean? Let's just keep it. Let's keep it in reaches. We don't need to be.
I mean, what are you talking about?
I just worry.
You've been talking for a long ass time. What are you genuinely? What are you talking about?
I am
what
talking
the fuck
about.
Is happening?
I am talking about the fact that we should not be trying to reveal everything that's happened in that era. That's what I'm saying. I
don't think there's much more to.
It's not up to us. This isn't some journey of self-discovery about your past that you just willingly go on.
No, but
this is the legal matter, right? That's going to result in a fine or a possible sporting action.
No, but I'm not.
Marshall just read all the tweets. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
No, so Marshall, if you go to the tweet about
I think which do you want me to go to?
It's the one where it was like they're gonna reveal every single thing. That's the problem that I'm having. That it was from I think it was from the Telegraph section, right? If it was one of the Telegraph tweets.
Oh, this right?
Yes. There's
Telegraph understands that there is an expectation the FA will reveal a lot of detail if Chelsea are sanctioned for breaching regulations regarding agent, intermediary, and third-party payments, and that elements of the Roman Abramovich era will be laid bare in public, which the club are comfortable with given their unprecedented cooperation in the matter. But the thing is, they're comfortable with
this guy got the first half of the sentence without the second half.
I'm saying I'm not sure if I would be comfortable with that personally. I get.
Well, you don't have all the information, do you? The beautiful thing about this, Ahmed, is you don't have near as much information as the people on the other side of this, right? So it doesn't matter. We're making inferences based on limited, accessible information on a matter that we're really not clued in on at all, because we're not.
That's why
it doesn't matter.
If the club are comfortable coming out with full transparency, that probably tells me as someone outside of the box is that there probably isn't that much that they haven't already revealed. Like, they're just like, you guys want to look at it, go ahead. Because remember this, Ahmed, like when we were given the club, I forget what party it was that needed to do their own investigation on Chelsea before Chelsea was sold. They didn't find shit. It wasn't until our people, Blue Coast people, came in and did their own analysis and their own investigation and revealed and found out these things and said, hey, before you guys look into it, I'm just gonna show you this is it. Like, we found these things that are off, and we just want to let you know because we don't want to get in trouble for it later on if it gets discovered and pretend like we didn't realize it was there. I think they're doing, it may have been the Rain Group EE, I think they're doing their due diligence, and they're not going to reveal anything that's going to completely jeopardize the whole entire project. Like, that would be shooting yourself.
The reason why I only say this is because, let's say, I think, listen, it seems with the FA at the very least it's going to be a fine. I would assume with the Premier League it'd probably be something similar, because if what Cave Soloho is saying is that that we're not breached FFP in terms of what we've done, I would like to assume that you're probably going to get another fine from the Premier League as well, right? Essentially, right? Although I think the Premier League's got a bigger problem, is obviously the Man City 115 case that they're still obviously adjudicating, which is going to happen. Just happen fast, which is probably going to happen this season before they even come to start dealing with Chelsea Football Club. So I worry, for example, this is just me spitballing here, that let's say we do get the fine, which I'm assuming is going to happen with the FA. Do you not think, if everything's out there, that the some of these rival clubs may, object to, for example, whatever we get essentially as a.
Why would you spend time worrying about that?
Because if they're able to, for example, appeal that decision, right? Let's say if Arsenal, for example, I'm seeing Hypertech this weekend. Arsenal's like, okay, we don't really like this. Maybe some of the other clubs are like, we don't like the fact that Chelsea's getting a lenient thing from this. Are they not able to do something where they can maybe appeal said decision and be like
make a petition or something like that?
Yes,
like you're saying.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Why would the league, its own independent governing body, have to act on that and steepen a punishment to satisfy clubs that aren't involved? What precedent is that for? Is there any precedent in this ever happening in football, Ahmed? The situation that you're dreaming up right now, has this ever happened anywhere?
I'm currently unaware. I'm unaware currently.
Yeah, so basically, guys are like, no, that's not fair. Make it harsher. The league's just gonna go with it. It doesn't I don't know, man. That sounds like some pretty shitty fan fiction right there.
If I'm going based on what Sky Cal is saying,
wouldn't worry about this.
They also want they want to not reward, but they don't want to let's say, for example, this is an extreme reality, right? Let's say, for example, Chelsea get relegated. Then why the fuck would other teams that are doing sneaky shit on the low want to reveal their truths? That would push people in the direction of let's try to hide all these things that we're doing, like the 115. And listen, like I said, I'm sure Man United, Arsenal, Tottenham, I'm sure they're doing things under the radar that no one knows about, cooking the books or whatever you want to even say.
Liverpool been in trouble for agents and stuff before, with Southampton tapping up and.
Oh
we're
yeah,
talking
true.
about
We're
talking about.
I know Arsenal's a bit. Yeah,
you guys are talking about a ton of different things at different points in time that might be judged differently, in terms of fines, sporting merits. We're putting general wrongdoing all in the same bucket, and we don't have enough information to intelligently have this conversation. It's just a waste of time. It's just a waste of time. Look, the club's going to get what they're going to get. Doesn't sound like it's going to be a sporting punishment. It might be. We'll just have to wait and see. Either way, there's only so much we can do. It sounds like they've planned for this reasonably. We will see what happens. The best thing we have working for us is there's a club that looks like they're in deeper shit and looks like they're going to be okay. But our situation might be different. Who knows? We'll see. It is what it is.
Yeah. Marshall, you also said at the start, do you say Chelsea have to respond by September?
September 19th, they have to respond. I don't know what kind of respond is being asked of them.
That's where we might get more information for sure. Then I was thinking how we whatever comes out from that as well. But I think at worst then we probably get a fine or maybe even a transfer ban, depending on how bad it is. But people I seen say, "Oh, relegate this club. It's just dreaming," because like Pete said,
I find it hilarious the Arsenal fans saying strip them of their trophies. It's
oh, that too, yeah. I mean, with Arsenal, no.
But let people say what they're gonna say. Dude.
Yeah, of course.
None of these are principled positions that people have. Everybody's just mad that their club didn't win at those times, and it's been a 3-year journey of everybody trying to get back at Chelsea.
Yeah, and I mean, am I wrong in thinking that even the things that we were accused of cheating, paying agents under the table, essentially, I don't even think that's that heinous, really.
It's just that's just called lack of accounting. Does that make sense?
None of this is heinous. It's all business and what you would consider white collar crime. If you're assigning objective scales of morality to actions within football, everybody's going to be pretty clean because This is just they're going to be similarly clean or similarly in trouble because it's just football, right? Like,
Yeah.
I don't know, man. Like, I don't think any of this is a big deal because I saw €8 million fine. That's less than Nicholas Jackson's loan fee.
It
I don't
really
actually
is.
think any of this matters, to be honest. Maybe it
Yeah.
does. Maybe it sucks. But like, I don't know. It'll be what it is, man. It'll be
Yeah.
what it is.
I feel like there. Yeah, I agree. And obviously, it's kind of weird to kind of try to apply like morality onto football rules and all that stuff. But like,
Of course.
you know, when you look at something like Juve, for example, in their situation, like
Oh,
that was like, damn, that was really egregious what you try to do.
Well, I hope
there in terms of-
everybody understands why that's different.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, Juve. The problem with Juve, that wasn't just Juve. That was Juve. There was a bunch of teams working together to help themselves out. That included the referee association. That included their own FA. That's like a conspiracy theory, bro. What happened over there? That's like 10 times worse.
yeah.
I think
There's a documentary on Calciopoli. There's a Netflix episode on it, and there's a documentary on YouTube about it as well. If any of you are too young to remember that, look up Calciopoli and just like look really at how a lot of mafias really helped run Syria.
I just think for me, listen, at the end of the day, we're probably going to get out of 5. We've got to keep it pushing. I just hope we don't get a transfer ban because I'll be honest, man. Even though maybe finally enough we might need one. I feel like
a transfer ban would count as a sporting punishment, right?
fair enough.
Yeah, it said that's probably not likely, but they'll see. I don't know,
Even
man.
if we get a
It is
transfer
what it
ban, I don't
is.
think I wouldn't be that worried if we
you
get a
know the
transfer
thing for
ban.
me, I'm just gonna be honest with you guys. I think whatever happens with the Man City result, I do think it's gonna slightly affect us. That's why I think in terms of the Premier League, not the FA, the Premier League, the Premier League one that's coming soon. That's why I think for me, the FA one is probably gonna be just a fine. That's it, because if the Telegraph is reporting that, they're very reliable in terms of like stuff like that. I think the one we need to watch out for is what happens with City, and then that will probably tell us the level of harshness that's going to come to hit us, in my personal opinion.
But there's
To an
like
extent.
more sponsors and everything like that. Like ours is just with agent fees. I don't know like how you can scale like that in a sense anyway.
Yeah.
Sorry, Chris.
Well, like theirs is with obviously with their sponsorship and like other stuff.
No,
Chris.
no, that's a good point, Chris. But I think for me, it just depends on like how strong are they going to go
I do
against
get
them.
what you mean as well.
Yeah.
Like see
So-
what happens to them, and then see what happens to us. 'Cause I don't see them even relegating City anyway. I don't see it. At worst, I see.
Nah,
City
I'm
getting
sorry.
transfer
I
ban.
think the problem is I agree with you, Chris. I just think financially they can't do that, bro. Like the top 6 is like so big for
Oh, no,
them
they
in
won't.
terms of just the league in general.
I don't even think it's that. I think it's genuinely to kind of zoom out. I think it's mutually assured destruction in the form of like City are propped up by the Abu Dhabi group, right? We think that's fair to say. They're probably going to get a World Cup in 2034. You know, like there's all sorts of just. I think there's so much of global socioeconomics that revolves around that region, and the sports washing projects are so important to that. I can only see established leagues causing so much ruckus in the next decade. Like, I think these things are now working hand in hand more so than people thought a decade ago. I don't know. Relegation for City, that sounds funny. That won't happen. I could maybe see like a points deduction, maybe. But I don't even think it's going to be that, because we've been hearing about this coming down the pipe for 2 years, and nothing's happened. I just think if it was something really bad, it would have happened already, and Pep would have left. I don't know.
Yeah, no, for sure. It's going to be definitely something to look into. Obviously, September. What was the date I said before? September 18th or 19th.
So this
That's gonna
Friday,
be-
basically.
Well, obviously that day we're not going to get any info, but we're probably going to get more info about it the week after that. And
You know,
see-
want to know a fun story, Marshall? You know, when I was about to go, I was actually on Sky Sports, just before this. I was literally just
They just
behind
be
the
letting
scenes.
anybody on, man. That's crazy.
Hey, hold up here, man. Hold up here. But no, but literally,
Yeah,
I was
man,
about
you
to
think I
go
wanna be
on.
Sky Sports. We're good.
Yeah, I was literally on there. I was about to have my little like preview section 10 minutes before, but like the news came out, and I was like, shit, I don't know what I'm gonna say. So
You weren't even ready.
yeah, because it literally came out at the same time. But like the producer was like, that was speaking of was like, we're not gonna throw you under the bus, so we're not gonna ask you those type of questions that we've got for you. So.
Imagine they did.
Bro, they did, bro.
It would
I
have
might
put you
have
under
to-
so much pressure.
Listen, man. I would just feel
Your defense would have been like, listen, what did Willian do for us as a Chelsea ref? Just damn fucking talking shit on Willian on live national TV.
Oh,
That would have been my defense too, though. You're telling me I have to hold a transfer ban for 2 goals in a title-winning season? That doesn't seem fair.
That's not fair, man. Like, listen,
That's not a bad defense. I would have run with that. I would have
Yeah.
supported that.
Listen, I would have been like, listen, Eto's a legend. Let's not get it twisted, but Chelsea, bro. I mean, bro, I think it's good for us. what happened? You know what I mean?
Oh, that's
I actually
funny,
like
bro.
that move, man. When Eto came to us.
Bro,
What a
Eto was
good one.
fine for us. He was
Yeah,
just like
he's-
35
he's-
or whatever.
That's it, man. You're just an
he
old
was a
man.
sneaky man as well,
Yeah,
man.
yeah,
He'd
yeah,
get hide
exactly.
behind keepers and just steal that ball and just take it in there. Like even against United and who's the other club?
So, how many charges has Casually FC got? Out of curiosity, how many charges have you been charged?
Listen,
Ow.
we are not under Blue Coast, so I'm not
I was
under.
gonna say, I don't know
Any-
if it's a revenue generating business. I don't even know if that shit matters. This might just be a non-profit. You know what I mean? Fuck it.
Oh my god.
Fuck it. I don't know if
Yeah.
it is or not. That'd be my
Yeah,
defense,
we're-
Marshall. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, I will. I'll take Pete's advice on that one.
Yeah, dude, change your filing status. You'll be good.
Exactly. We'll go under 3CP or whatever the charity thing is. I forget what it's
Yeah.
called.
Hey, man, if you guys need to dodge some taxes, hypothetically, talk to me.
Hey, there we go. hypothetically.
Yeah.
Okay, let's talk about some injuries because we have a little bit of an injury update. Players coming back. Some more news on how long some players are going to be out for. So we're starting with this first tweet. Again, this is all happening during international break, so we're just catching up to it now. So Chelsea striker Liam Delap is expected to begin training again in November. No surgery is required on a hamstring injury, and his layoff is estimated at approximately 10 weeks from the time of injury. So, what? 2 more weeks? Not 2 more weeks. I'm sorry, 8 weeks total. So 2 months from now, give or take.
Yeah.
Chelsea are not entirely sure the exact extent of Liam Delap's injuries. There were tests on Monday, but further tests will be done to be sure of the exact severity of the injury, which confuses me a little bit with what was just previously said. So games Liam Delap will miss due to injury. He's going to miss Brentford, Bayern Munich, United, Lincoln, Brighton, Benfica, Liverpool, Nottingham Forest, Ajax, Sunderland, and Tottenham. So some big Premier League games in there, as well as some big UCL games. Right?
Don't sleep
Yeah.
on Lincoln, man.
Yeah.
I'll be honest, man. This
That's a
is a
big
tough
one.
loss, bro. I'll be honest, this is a tough loss,
It
bro.
is. No, it is. No surgery required on the hamstring injury Liam Delap sustained. Pretty much the same thing I read before. Isugo is another one that this one was a big blow. Isugo felt a muscle problem. This is a big blow for my agenda, to be honest. But Isugo felt a muscle problem. Bro, I'm striking out with these players, by the way.
Bro,
I have an Asugo agenda, and he's out. And Cherokee now is out for 2. Like I'm blowing it, man.
I didn't.
Top
it's-
progressing players.
I still don't understand this signing, man, Marshall. I refuse to understand this signing. I have
The
no.
signing of Isugo.
Yes, I
That
refuse
makes
to.
a lot less. That makes a lot less sense now that he's injured.
It was
He
coming
felt
for
the-
Labia, who's also injured. Hey, who knows? Man?
Bro, this is
They
rough.
go
One day
injury
we'll
for
just decide
injury.
to-
Yo,
One
we're
day
struggling
we'll
out
just
here.
buy players that aren't injured, and it'll be better.
Hey, man, they're both in the ER right now, drinking lattes, man. On the.
Hey, man,
Yeah.
Labia said stay on that side 6 weeks ago. He's still not in the matchday squad. It is what it is, man.
Bro, that
Stay
was
on that
6 weeks ago.
side.
That's
Just
hilarious.
Look, current players. I understand. I'm a random guy talking shit on YouTube. I understand that. I have self-awareness. Yes, you guys are pros. I am not. I watch the games. You guys get paid to play the games or rehab or whatever you do. But Do not beef with your fans
Yeah, don't
when
do that.
you just cannot stay fit. It's a crazy look. It makes you look insane. Okay? Just let it go, guys. We'll see you on the pitch when you're there, but don't do this stay on that side gimmick when we're just asking you to get on the pitch.
Yes.
We don't even know if Lavia is good or not. He hasn't played enough.
I would like to believe Lavia's good.
I would also like to believe it, but he's
Yeah,
been
but you're
on the
right.
books since August 2023, and he's never completed a full 90 for Chelsea.
This is true. This is very true. Yeah,
It's what
you
it is.
I agree with what you're saying. More on the Sugo thing, by the way. So he underwent surgery, which is already a bad sign. And then yeah, no, that's how bad the injury was. Isugo on Instagram. Unfortunately, during the international break with the national team, I felt something in my thigh that will keep me out for a while. It's frustrating to start the season like this, especially after facing another setback not long ago. But I truly believe everything happens for a reason. God has a bigger plan. I'll be back stronger. You know, big up, man. He's a positive attitude, obviously. But this
What
is
else can you
what,
do, man?
yeah, Simon Johnson saying, Isugo will be ruled out for a minimum of 12 weeks after having operation on thigh injury, meaning he may not be available for selection until 2026.
Have we really played him?
Yo!
Yeah.
Yo,
So he's out
that's
until next
crazy.
year, pretty much. It's insane.
Marshall,
Yeah, no, he's
that
out for
I'm not
is
gonna say it's
crazy.
hamstring. It's a hamstring surgery, right?
No,
Well,
he's got a
it's
thigh
thigh.
surgery. His thigh is not hamstring.
What is your thigh, guys?
Is your thigh isn't the
Well,
hamstring
hold
the
on.
back of the
Let's
thigh?
think for what. Do you ever consider your quads your thigh? Does anyone ever do that?
No. Oh yeah.
We're
yeah, that's
talking
what I consider
hamstring
it.
surgery, right?
Why did they not just come out and say it was hamstring surgery if that was the case?
Because they said general terms, useless terms like thigh.
It might be on the top of his thigh though. What if it's on the top of his
On the
thigh?
top of your thigh. Ahmed. To any of
Okay.
my anatomy people,
In the right
we're going to
thigh.
have a real conversation now, too. Ahmed, on the top of your thigh, can you please use your words to explain what the fuck that means?
Listen, if this is mine, I'm thinking.
Okay, all right. I'm going to help you guys out. Okay? My leg
go.
on the table. When you say top of the thigh, do you mean this part?
Yes.
Yes.
So your quad muscles.
Maybe that's why I thought this. Yeah, I
Yeah.
thought maybe that's what one
Have
of
you
the
guys ever in your life supporting football teams heard of somebody rupturing a quad muscle or anything like that?
I don't think I have.
I don't think I have.
No, because that's a crazy injury, guys. When people are saying thighs, they mean hamstrings almost always. Remember when Reece James had that surgery in December?
Yeah.
You know what his thigh problems are? They're hamstrings. They're not here.
Okay.
You're almost never going to have problems here. I think it's
Fair
weird
enough.
that they said thigh, but hearing 12 weeks, that's almost definitely a
I
hamstring
don't think
surgery.
I don't think they want to say that. You know, after they got a hamstring injury. I don't know if they want to be saying.
But like, guys,
Your word.
think about it. If you're going to tell me thigh surgery, you're not having quad surgery unless
That's what I was thinking.
crazy
I thought it was
happens.
quad. Because when I think thigh, and P has a very good point, obviously. When I'm thinking thigh, I'm thinking the top of the thigh. I never think the back of it.
Brother,
And the back
do
of
you
it's
even
hamstring.
know how you could rupture your quad muscles? Like,
I don't even know how you can do
Yeah.
sort of
that.
like squatting a
that's-
bunch of weight, maybe?
Yeah, maybe.
that's about
Yeah,
it, yeah.
yeah.
Like,
That
Like,
one
are you
doesn't
just
make sense.
running and you're like, Marshall, have you ever pulled your hamstring? Probably. Right?
I've never pulled my hamstring, thank God.
Okay, but you know people that's happened to, right?
Yeah, and I've gotten a Charlie horse. That's as bad as I've ever gotten. That's
Yeah, but have
that's
you ever seen somebody running and pull their quad?
no.
Fuck no. It doesn't happen. That literally never happens. That's not how it works.
Good to know.
So yes,
So,
whoever
it's a
wrote that
hamstring.
article and said thigh surgery and was too pussy to say hamstring, I don't respect you. Don't respect you. Whoever did that.
Let me look.
I
it up.
know
Who-
you just
who
feel
was it?
such a delap hamstring problem. The only reason they
Simon
couldn't lie about
Johnson.
that is because they saw it on TV. We all saw it on TV.
Even Chelsea did it. Mr. Don Smith. I don't know who the fuck Mr. Don Smith is.
Because
but yeah.
if it was like a hip flexor problem, they would have
Sure.
told us he had hip surgery, right?
yeah.
If it was a groin problem, they would have told us he had groin surgery.
Yeah.
the general lack of information leads me to believe we got hit with a double thigh whammy in like a week. But it is
That's
what
how
it
I
is,
thought
man.
as well. Yeah.
Yeah.
It is what it is. So 2026 is, I don't know, whatever. But I maintain if Lavia was fit, nobody would care.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, you're right. And speaking of Lavia being fit, so this came out on the 8th. Lavia and Badiashile were in team training. So it's expected that Lavia should be in the team, hopefully by Bayern. I don't think he was even included in the team. Actually, let me check this out. Yesterday's was he?
He
On
wasn't in the
bench
team
yesterday?
yesterday. He wasn't in the team yesterday. Him and Badisha weren't in the team.
Wasn't in the matchday squad yesterday.
Yeah, he wasn't.
Him and Badiashile were not on there. Yeah. So if everything is going according to plan since that post, then I don't see why they. Well, Lavia I think is in the B team, so he wouldn't be on the team for the Champions League. But
He doesn't need to
Badiashile
be
should.
registered.
He didn't need to be registered on, but he's under 21.
Wait, what does that mean?
Homegrown. I think Lavia comes under the homegrown status.
He's been in English football for like at least 3 years, top division English
Yeah.
football, so he doesn't need to be
Okay.
registered.
It's like Tariq George, remember, Marshall? You know, like how I said Tariq George can just be in the team no matter what
Okay.
in the UCL squad, remember?
Okay. Oh, okay. But so he can, if Chelsea wanted to, he can come off the bench.
Lavia
can
can
play.
play, yes. He's on
He
the
can
B
play.
list for UEFA.
Yeah, he
Okay,
can
okay.
display.
I thought, okay, now I understand what you guys are saying. Okay. And Matt Law also said here, it was not too long ago, not to be worried about Cole. Cole is very much a management issue, being careful and sensible with him. I'd hope he's back. Obviously, he's back now. So we're just managing his minutes and all that stuff with Cole. But yeah, big blow to Isugo. A big blow is really Delap, right? Isugo was always like a backup, but now
That's
we're gonna
a
have to
big
just
blow,
play
man.
Caicedo more, unfortunately. Sorry,
You know, I
sorry,
just
Caicedo.
for me the lap one is really bad because like
That's the
obviously
worst one, yeah.
because with the way we play, he actually like how I think him and João Pedro like really suited each other in my personal opinion in terms of like their sort of chemistry, how one does the other things better than the other in my personal opinion.
Yeah.
I actually felt like that was a good partnership to have. Obviously, you know, the manager decided that he's gonna give George some what was it? What did he say? What did he call him? He said he's gonna give him some confidence. I think it was. It was something.
Oh yeah, confidence.
Yeah, which was I can't lie. Stop trolling, bro. Like, can you please like we need to be get it real, bro. Just say you don't want him. You know, I'm actually of the opinion that you just need to start saying I don't rate Gui. If you said that to me, you know, I feel like our life would have been a lot more easier. But
Right.
obviously, Sugo is a tough one. Obviously, I can't lie to you, man. I said he's been playing a lot of games.
Yeah.
He's been playing a lot of games, bro.
He
It's
worries
obviously
me
wrong.
because in international break he was wearing that knee brace. Like he's clearly fighting through pain or playing through pain, which players do all the time. But
Yeah,
it is
man,
like
but,
you know cause for concern to an extent.
Hey man, what are you gonna bench him without Lavia being fit?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
The thing is, man,
that's the thing with
this is-
Isugo, right? Like you would
can't
think
rely on
rotate
Santos
some
to
minutes
do
with
what he
Isugo,
does.
but
The thing is, like, the other
not
thing is
happening now.
also that.
So
I
Chris,
said
you're gonna
this-
play Santos and Enzo?
No. I said we can't rely on Santos doing what Caicedo does if we have Enzo, especially obviously in the team.
No, I agree with you. So we're in
Yeah.
the same boat here.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Again,
yeah.
like resting Caicedo sounds
Impossible.
awesome, but the two guys you're supposed to play instead of Caicedo are not in the matchday squad. What can you do, man?
Yeah, man. And the thing is, like, listen.
Maybe you could wait. I could say maybe Reece James, but like that's the best like option. if we
Sure.
can't
Okay.
have-
So Chris, sure. We saw Reece James start twice for England in the international break.
Yeah.
Are you really
We-
gonna push it and start him for
No,
his third
because
game
it's a
in
lot of
like
work
10
playing
days?
that midfield. It's a lot of work as well. So especially
Yeah, like
that's
we
the
just
thing.
didn't have. You don't really have a ton of options that are
Yeah.
better than just hoping Caicedo makes it through the 90 minutes and then reassessing in a couple days. Like if it were up to me, I would be playing Santos and Caicedo against Bayern, and if Lavia's fit and ready to play, I would be playing him and Enzo at Old Trafford, something like that.
That's what I think is probably going to happen, to be honest. I don't think.
I don't think this is going to
I
happen,
don't-
to be
yeah, I don't know
abundantly
what
clear.
happens.
I think Caicedo and Enzo are starting both of these games. But I'm just saying, in terms of managing minutes, I don't think that would be a bad way to do
Do you
it.
not think that? I think Lavia more than likely probably starts United. You know? I think he comes off
I
the
don't
bench.
think he starts a game yet.
I actually would
Hey,
argue.
man.
Do you not think so, Peter? Like, I think he comes off the bench for Bayern if he's ready, right? And then I think
That's the
maybe
thing.
listen,
Like, assuming he's
played
on the
since
matchday
Galaxy,
squad,
right?
I'm sure he plays.
Not Galaxy,
but-
LAFC. I think LAFC was the last game Lavia played, right?
No,
Yes,
he
he-
played
I
against
can't see-
Benfica in the rain delay.
yeah, he
Okay.
did.
That's
That
when
was
we
the
lost
last game he
Fuck.
played. Last time he played was June 30th.
He didn't survive the hell that was that game. Just on
Yeah,
the
dude.
bike for 120 minutes.
Yeah, man, he was on the
Oh,
bike and then he
man.
got subbed off and then we conceded. So he still never completed the 90 for us.
Fucking Christ.
Yeah, that's
It
the
was
I
thing.
don't
so
know
So-
injuries.
And they were still managing his minutes,
minutes.
brother. His minutes were still getting managed. in
Even
that
then,
game.
yeah, that's true.
Remember, boss.
Who's going
That's the
on?
thing. Listen, man.
If you
I
don't
have-
last, you
listen,
cry.
What I'm saying, man, I saw the Snapchat that he did, yeah. You know, stay on that side. Listen, man, when you come back, man, you better stay on the bench, buddy. You know what I mean? Don't be to stay on that side.
Yeah, stay on that
the bench,
side.
please. You know what I mean? I have like this funny joke here, guys. I've had more Stamford Bridge appearances than flipping Lavia had last season. Deep that. I went to Stamford Bridge more times than needed.
How many
That's all
minutes
I'm
did he
saying, man.
play last season? The season before that was like 37 minutes.
Yeah.
Oh,
man.
yeah. That
yeah,
was
but
a
we will.
rough- that was a
Listen, man.
rough one.
Shout out to Mauricio, man.
But yeah, it would
Shout
be
out to
great.
Mauricio.
It would be great to have Lavia back. That would be very helpful. I would love that.
Yeah. I want to see him play more. I mean, I feel like he
I would
can
like
be an
to see him
effective-
play.
Yeah. He would be very effective if he can stay fit.
Of
Because
course,
from the
man.
little
he
I've
was-
seen, I like the little I've seen of Lavia. Like,
Did
it's
he
been
get
good.
surgery as well?
The
or
thing
not?
about Lavia, I
thought
said
he
this
got
the other
I
surgery.
think so.
I know
Dude.
Fofana did, Reece did, like Kukurea has.
I think
like,
Lavia got surgery,
The
right?
thing about Lavia is not hamstring.
know.
Just he's not been just getting hamstring injuries, bro. I
Mm-hmm.
think his has been a bit. He's been getting a mixed bag. Do you wanna come through, mate? But that's what it is.
No, Ahmed cracks me up. I wish I could control your camera. I just turned it off for you, but it is what it is.
I'll have to put my camera back in the old angle probably. I don't want to do that though, but because it's like really annoying me.
I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's the injury situation. It's one that makes me a little nervous, right? Because like players are falling like flies already. Like it's insane. Like the amount of play. Like look at City just in general. Like City have 10 players injured already, and it's only
Wait, who?
4 games into the season. Man City.
Yeah, like Diaz is in.
Mind you,
no.
we got depth,
Wait, did he play
obviously,
today?
but Ruben Diaz was on the pitch today.
Yeah, I thought so. So who they got injured? Like really?
Right.
Like
Who
they
played
must
today?
have a bunch of randoms.
Some randoms that probably don't play.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking because like I can't. Turkey's one of them, obviously. Like that's a big one, but
Yeah,
Like
Diaz and
John
Vardy
Stones,
were back
maybe?
on.
wait, he still plays with?
John Stones,
Wait, he actually still plays with?
he still does, and yeah, he's not even on the squad, so there's a good chance he got
I
injured
thought
again.
they sold him.
No, he's still on the team. They sold Ake, or not even Ake. I'm sorry.
No, I think they kept him.
Kanji,
Where would
or Mosby.
Chris? I feel like if John Stones got sold, you would have heard about it.
Yeah,
I
you
thought I
would've heard
did.
about it.
Where do
Oh,
you think he
well.
went?
I don't know. I thought he went to like some other lower side English team or something. I don't know.
Which team is
He's
this
just
in the
banned.
It's
train?
like championship,
I,
bro. Like,
no,
what?
no. I thought he stayed in the Premier League somewhere. I just don't know where. Like Walker's gone on over. He's gone to Burnley, right?
Walker
So,
went to Burnley.
Yeah.
Yes.
But he went to Burnley via Milan.
I don't know. Just I swear he just went, but
No,
that's the problem.
he
no, he's
doesn't
still there,
fit
Chris.
either. How would he have
If
gone?
I don't see you for a club, man, I assume you're gone.
Yeah. I mean,
That's my problem.
to be fair, yeah, I thought Luke Shaw was gone
Oh,
for
no,
a
I know
while.
he's-
Then he
Nah,
came
dude.
back. I was like, what? He's still there?
Luke
No,
Shaw
he
played the
plays.
Euros final in 2024, and then was gone for like 6 months, and then came back, and then was gone, and then now he's back.
Yeah, no, that guy is. Also,
Although on the bright side, United like don't have any more games to play really this year besides league, so he should probably be able to stay fit.
Playing most games too. Well,
Yeah,
every
no,
game
he's been
so far,
starting.
I've noticed.
he was struggling today. I'll tell you that. He was.
Yeah, that makes sense.
struggling.
They is always struggling.
Oof, yo, Holland rinsed them, bro. Oh man.
Yeah, Haaland's one of the greatest Premier League
Yeah.
strikers or European strikers to ever play.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think that's like
he's great.
hyperbolic to say anymore.
No, I don't think so.
It's
But like
great.
Haaland's been doing crazy shit for like 6 years now.
Like,
By
they
the
say,
way,
like, last
fun
season
fact.
was a poor season with like 24 goals
Yeah.
in the league. So
Not really a fun fact if you're a Chelsea fan, but I think I saw today, right, that Haaland has now matched DDA in terms of goals in the Premier League.
That's fine, dude. Haaland's gonna break the record if they don't
Yeah.
transfer him out in 5-6 years.
Yeah, he's
The record's
surely
gonna,
going to
if
break
Haaland
Alan
stays
Shearer's
until like
record.
He will break it.
2032, the record's gonna be his.
It's Shearer, right? Shearer has the record for most Premier League goals.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm
I would
muted.
assume, like, I can't think of anyone.
Yeah,
else.
he's got 260, mate. He's got 260, Shearer. I was just saying, yeah, he passed Drogba basically this year.
Like,
Yeah, he
wasn't
did,
Lampard's
yeah.
top 5 for a while, but he's been.
How many
knocked
does
down.
Haaland have? Like 120?
No, he's on 100 and no, he's on 116 now.
Oh, no. Never mind.
So no,
Okay,
he's on
so
105. He's on 105, sorry, because if he passed Drogba, Drogba's on 104, so he's on 105 right now.
Okay, so let's say Haaland scores 20 more this year.
He has 90
Or, you
Premier
know
League
what?
goals as of September 14th. Haaland does.
He has how
90
many?
Prem goals. 90 Prem goals.
That doesn't sound right to me.
He's
I
only
feel
been
like
here
he has a
3
little bit
seasons.
more than that.
Are you sure? That's no way, because
I
Drogba's
just
one of
looked
the
it up.
104. Then how did he pass Drogba then? Drogba's
Drogba had
104.
88 or 80
In the
I
league.
believe.
Oh, in the league.
In the league. In Prem,
we're
guys.
just,
Yeah.
yeah, like,
Oh,
Drogba, yeah.
I actually thought Drogba was on the 100 club. Or
In
I
the
didn't
league.
think that.
He's 88 goals over his first
Nah,
two
he's about
seasons,
100
and his
something
initial goal.
Chelsea, but
Okay. Yeah. Okay. In 101 appearances, 90 goals. Wow. That's a good tally. Fucking A.
how many games? Sorry, in the Prem.
101 appearances.
He's
so
basically
he's
averaging
90.
a goal a
He
game.
is-
a
needs-
freak. He is a
So
freak.
Haaland needs 170
Yeah,
To be
to
sure.
break it?
yeah.
I think he
Yes,
can get
Yeah,
it.
dude. I think if you give him this season and like 7 more, I think he does it.
Yeah.
I mean, he did sign, what, a 10-year deal or a 9-year deal with City?
Yeah.
He could do it. I think he could do it.
If he
How about you?
stayed for another 6-7 years, I think he can do it. I don't know if he wants to. I don't think he does.
What, you think he's going to go to Madrid at some point in his life?
Yeah, probably. I just can't see Haaland spending like 10 years at Man City in his prime.
We'll see.
Like players don't really do that, right?
Yeah, the one thing I
There
will
is
mention.
not that much loyalty in the game.
Yeah,
anymore, so yeah,
the
I
thing
get
is,
what you're saying.
yeah, one thing you need to also understand, Marshall, is that with the way we play right now as well, like if you're what's it called, with the way City's playing. I know today they destroyed United, but come on, guys, you know, I don't want to say it's United because I want us to make sure we can do our job on Saturday. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
But
watch your words.
at the
watch
same
your words.
time,
playing
obviously,
at Old Trafford
it's
now.
not a good United side if we're being
No, it's
fair,
not.
right? Right?
Defensively,
And if
they're
you looked
poor,
at
and
when they faced decent side City, it's been a lot more complicated, if that makes sense, in terms of the way they've been able to play, right?
Mhm.
Brighton gave them a good game. Spurs gave them a good game, if we're being fair. Who's obviously against Wolves, they're trash, innit? Let's be real.
Yeah, Wolves are
Wolves was-
subject to
yeah.
get relegated this season.
Yeah, we're just looking at them, let's say they're relegated this season. But
Yeah.
and to be honest, the funny thing is, I know for a fact Arsenal unironically will probably beat City next week. Funnily enough, that I can just see happening, right? And then it's just back to regular settings. So
But none of that has anything to do with the fact that Haaland scores against like almost everybody.
no, I think I was talking to Marshall about the fact that he was saying he's probably going to leave, right? He's not going to stay for the whole 9 years.
Yeah, probably. You would just guess that a player, because he either is so fantastic that somebody else wants to buy him, or City are so bad that he's like, just get me the fuck out of here. Right? Like,
That could
I
happen.
don't know.
Pep's gone
Like,
and all that Navy, yeah.
With Pep potentially
Yeah,
leaving
like-
too. Yeah, no, I get it.
I don't know when Pep leaves, but that's when it could go
he's
downhill.
signed through 2027, right?
Has he?
Yes. I believe Pep added
done
2
it
years
all
to his
that, though.
contract.
I feel
Yeah,
like-
it's something like that.
Yeah.
What's the next step for Pep? Winning the World Cup?
I don't know,
That's what
man.
people are saying.
Football
but,
can change
yeah.
a lot in 2 years. Who knows? Like,
hmm
he might want to go back to Barca, something like that.
Or he
Yeah,
could go
definitely take him
to
back.
Italy, dominate Italy. I never know. Football.
I'll be
A lot of
honest,
changes in
man.
the football landscape.
Listen, I love Serie A. You guys know I watch Serie A like a lot more, as just as much probably as the Premier
There's the
League.
money there for Pep, man.
but his football will not work in Serie A. I'm actually gonna give that take right now. He's not
You
gonna
don't
work.
think Pep would like? They said the same thing in the Premier League, by the way. They literally said he won't.
Listen,
he won't be as good. And then they changed the narrative,
obviously,
like, look how much he spent.
no, but in Serie A, I don't think so. I actually don't think it would work in Serie A. Just the
Problem is they won't give him like what he wants.
the problem with Serie A is that if you look at the way a lot of the teams operate, yeah, it's not
He could
passing
make them
around
change,
or
though.
passing
He could make them
around,
adapt to his style.
passing
Like,
around.
I felt like that's
the
what
way
we did to him.
the way Pep works and stuff, I don't think it would suit. It would not suit that league. I'll be honest. Like I'll be honest. If he actually does it in Serie A, that would be probably one of his greatest. That probably be his greatest achievement, bro. Because that league,
What do you mean? Just dominate with a team and made the style different.
Being able to make his style of play work in Serie A.
That's funny because like I view it completely opposite. I just don't think Serie A as a league and an infrastructure have like the money required to support what Pep Guardiola would even want to do, man. I don't know.
That is also true. That is also true, bro. I'll be honest with you.
That's the perspective I'm looking at, to be honest. It's more so like, he could go there. Like, I think Pep could win it, but I feel like that league's kind of wide open, man.
That league is probably the most competitive it's been, and I want to thank Juve. I want to thank
That's
Juve
why I would
personally.
find it impressive if he dominates, because it is a very competitive league. Every year,
I want to
they
thank
rotate
Juve for
that
that, by the
title.
way. I want to thank Juve for being.
What was the last team that won the Scudetto back to back?
Juve.
Juve. It
Or
was just
Inter, right?
No, Juve, because Inter won it. Then they lost it to AC Milan, I think, the following season, right? And then they.
So
won
it was Inter, it was Milan, and then it was Napoli.
No, it's Inter then Napoli. Was it not Inter then Napoli?
He did say Inter then Napoli.
No, because Napoli won it under bald guy. I forget his name.
Yes.
Spalletti.
It's Spalletti.
Yes.
Then Inter won it
Yes.
afterwards, the season after. Yes. Then it was. I think it was Napoli again after that. Yes.
So Napoli just won it. Inter won it the season before that. Napoli had won it in 22-23 when we were terrible.
Yup.
I think Milan won it the season before that.
That's
And
correct.
then Inter won it the season before that, right?
Yeah, that's correct. Yeah, that's correct.
Okay, so Inter, Milan, Napoli, Inter, Napoli.
Yeah, there's no back-to-back since Juve.
Yes.
And how long ago was that? Back in
20. That was
I think it's 2019.
that would have been 18-19 and 19-20 because I think Sarri won it during COVID.
Is
is that when they had Ronaldo too?
It was either no, it
Yes.
was Pirlo. Pirlo won the Scudetto as well, didn't he? So I think it was the Pirlo season.
No, Pirlo got fourth.
No, it was his second season. That he got the fourth because he was there for 2 seasons. No.
No, he's there for 1 season. They did Sarri, and then they did Pirlo, and then they sacked him.
Why am I thinking that?
Was that the case? Oh,
Wait, did he?
I'm gonna look it up, but I'm pretty sure, dude. Because 1920, I'm pretty sure that Juve.
No,
won
yeah, you're
Serie A.
right. You're right.
Yeah, good knowledge.
Wait, so Ronaldo was still there when Pirlo was managing?
Yeah.
Yes.
So that was the
Wow, why do I not
2021 season.
remember?
Ronaldo's last season, they like scraped top 4, and then he left.
Because Ronaldo basically got them
Yeah, he
top 4.
would take
Ronaldo
some
basically
bad,
got
yeah.
them top 4, and then he bounced.
Well, yes. They didn't Ronaldo got them to top 4, and he's like, I'm fucking out of here. I can't win anymore.
Yeah, I'm going back to United, and then that didn't work out either.
He saw the gym there.
So obviously, so I think
Somehow,
obviously the league's been really competitive since the collapse of
Yeah.
Juve, basically, if that makes sense.
Pretty much, yeah.
And
so,
we need to thank that for happening because I'll be honest, man. You know, I don't know if you
I
know
don't
this,
like final
Marshall.
leagues.
Juve is the most hated team in Italy. Fun fact. So.
Is that because of the history of cheating?
That and a lot of other stuff. Yeah. So
And they
that's why I'm
kept
sure.
winning league after league after league at one point as well.
Can't lie, man. Shout out to Conte, man. You know what I mean? Shout out to Conte.
I
He's
thought
probably
you were
going to
gonna
lose.
Bring back cheating.
I was about to say, shout out to Conte. He's probably going to lose on Wednesday, so can't wait for that.
Hey, yeah. I mean, speaking of former Pep teams, by the way, or former teams Pep's worked for, let's talk about Bayern and Jackson coming back to Chelsea. Which is why I said this to Prime. I had an issue with how Jackson was talking because, brother, you're not gone from Chelsea. You're on loan, and I don't think you're going to fulfill the requirements for the obligation. So let's go over it. So obviously, continuing from the last time we spoke about the story, how do you pronounce this guy's name? Honus?
Uli Hoeneß?
Uli Hoeneß,
think, yeah,
he came out and
that's
said that, like, essentially, you know, Jackson's not going to hit his target. This is the deal. The agent paid part of this, and he has to start 40 games. Hoeneß is just a board member, I believe, for Bayern, who doesn't necessarily know all the ins and outs of the detail, but he's coming out publicly talking about this. And he said this, we decided against permanent signings after Diaz asked to pay attention to the financial situation. And that was a big signing for them. That was like, what, 70 million, 80 million pounds? I believe, something around that.
For
Or
Jackson.
euros?
Like 80 million euros, I think.
Yeah, for Luis Diaz,
With
which
the whole
is
loan
a hefty,
and that,
hefty
yeah.
price. Yeah.
No, I'm saying just for the Diaz transfer.
Oh, Diaz.
Yeah, just for
Wait,
the
they
Diaz
paid
transfer.
80?
Yeah,
80,
for Luis
it's like
Diaz.
70, 80 million? 75 million euros.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, 68 million pounds.
So they do
people.
spend money when they want to, I guess.
Yeah,
Just,
that's what I'm saying. They have the money.
Well,
Like,
I know they have
Well,
the
he literally just said it in the quote, to be fair.
Yeah. Well, yeah, he said, yeah, we decided against permanent signing after Diaz, right? So you have Barcelona as the best example. What happens when you only buy, and then end up with debts of 1.2 billion and can't do anything? Well, to be fair, that was, what's his name? The Barca guy that did all that. Bartomeu. Bartomeu was just recklessly like running that, overpaying on players and giving Messi
the wages-
a million
the wages
fucking
was a
euros
mess at
a
Barca,
week. It's insane. So yeah, they were hemorrhaging money. Bayern Munich director Max Eberl said that Nicholas Jackson had other offers, even from a permanent transfer, but he really wanted to join us. It was an intense 48 hours with lots of ups and downs. Up until Liam Delap's injury, it was all done, according to Erbel. Then Matt Law reporting here that what Hoeneß said that's definitely wrong is that Jackson and his agents paid $3 million to make it happen. I'm told that Jackson and his agents gave up $1.5 million. There is a condition around 40 appearances. The doubt is if it's 40 starts or 40 appearances, and I can't imagine it's not appearances. It would be really weird for Chelsea to agree an obligation and have it be 40 starts when they know they have, you know, Kane, and on top of that, AFCON. So continuing
Look,
on.
man, I don't think it matters whether it is or
It
not.
doesn't matter either way. I agree.
Because he'll
Even if it
come
was
back and then have a
appearances.
similar move next year.
Yeah.
Even like if Jackson comes back to Chelsea after a 1-year loan to Bayern, somebody else will want to buy him next summer. It doesn't matter.
like 50 or
Yeah,
something.
I agree. The obligation to buy Nicholas Jackson's contract is only tied to starting appearances. Every game in which he plays at least 45 minutes would count towards the 40. That means a substitution before or at the start of the second half would also be included. Added time does not count. That's so stupid. So it's either he starts the game or plays at least 45 minutes. Nevertheless, it's highly unlikely that the clause would be met. Continuing on, Jackson had to comment about the 40 appearances. He said, obviously, I know Hoeneß is a big legend for this club. I have a lot of respect for him. I know him since before. My job is to play and help the team win games. The number of games isn't my focus. I want to achieve big things with the club. Sure, PR, pretty much, you know, that's what you're supposed to say. Matt Law came out and said, I do believe that once Nicholas Jackson wasn't being sold and was being loaned, albeit with a big loan fee, that bringing in a player for a fee became trickier than it would have been. And also, if you think about it, and this does make sense, Buonanotte has not been included in the Champions League squad. Had Chelsea signed Xavi Simons or someone of that level for, say, 50, 60 million, you can't sign them and then leave them out of the Champions League squad because of the rules or because of what you signed up to. You just can't. It would cause carnage within the squad. So I do think there is a correlation between Jackson going on loan and not being sold and the UEFA regulations that Chelsea have signed up to as part of their punishment. I'm not saying it's a direct result because I don't know what for a fact, but I think there must be a correlation. So that was a little confusing, I'm not gonna lie. But and then these are strikers up and coming, and I wanted to point this out because it's pretty much, to me, it's what Pete said. At the end of the season, Jackson's gone. Like, even if he comes back, doesn't fulfill the obligation, which I don't think he's going to do, his time at Chelsea's done now. No.
About if he scores against Chelsea, he will celebrate.
Oh, yeah. That's another one.
Can I just be honest, mate? I don't give an absolute flying B word that if he does that or not, man. At the end of the day, one thing I will say, one thing I was gonna just say about that, about the Honeb comments, yeah. I can't lie to you, man. I feel sorry for him because
I do too. It's kind of embarrassing, to be honest.
He clearly wanted the move to happen, yeah. And I don't blame him for not wanting to make that move happen, but like Honeb coming out and saying stuff like that is just nasty work, bro.
Yeah,
he didn't need to say that. I know obviously Germans can be very blunt people and and stuff and the way they do stuff, but like I was just like, damn, bro, you didn't need to say it like that, man. You know what I mean?
No hope.
Yeah. So these are some strikers that are in the pipeline. Obviously, I'm not entirely sure what's Milos Lukevic's current situation. I don't. Maybe we're linked to him. I remember the name sounds familiar, but I don't know if he's in the Blue Co pipeline.
I thought that was a center back. Is that not?
Wait. Hold on. Why are these people? Are these people on list at clubs that are under the umbrella of Blue Co? Is that what this list is for?
Outside of Lukovic, which I'm not sure what the situation with Lukovic is. That's the idea.
No, but why is he on this list? Who cares?
I don't know about Lukovic. I don't know why he's on the list. That's why.
Zach Palin, for example, he's coming to Chelsea at 18.
Yeah, he is a Chelsea player. Yeah, essentially.
So he's coming next summer?
Yes, but he's playing UCL football. Yes, but he's playing UCL football.
No. I'm aware that there are clubs in UCL, but like he's definitely coming next summer.
Yeah, he's definitely coming next summer. We signed him already. Yeah.
Oh shit! This kid. Wait a minute.
Oh, he's at Strasbourg. So this is just some bullshit list of.
Oh, he's on loan to Strasbourg right now. Okay, I understand now. That's why he's on this.
Whatever.
Okay. Interesting. So yeah, these are all essentially strikers in.
Panicelli scored the winner actually. Panicelli scored the winner today actually.
Yeah, today.
That's a lot of flip it prices over there. That's too many.
Chris.
No, I mean like there's a lot of strikers. Like Joe Pedro's gonna be like here for a few years for sure. Probably Delap as well, maybe.
It's interesting that there's a lot of Strasbourg here.
I don't see him staying.
Are you going to talk about the Strasbourg situation today, Marshall? But of course, because I feel like that's a good topic to talk about. I don't know if you saw that.
Oh, about the fans?
Yeah, I actually think that's a good topic to talk about. I'll be honest with you, Marshall.
I agree with the fans, man.
I agree with the fans too.
Talk about this. Talk about this, and I'll bring it up in a minute. Let me find the tweets.
Yeah,
we'll make it a topic.
But like,
striker
the thing
options,
is, like,
we have a lot of them.
One thing I was gonna say quickly, I think Emegha next season is going to Strasbourg because like he's a really top-rated talent striker-wise. Like he's been cooking the England under 17s. He's like really highly rated. Obviously, he played some Conference League games for us. Like I think if you want him to be maybe a future striker for your club and not just pure profit, I think the next natural step is for you to take him to Strasbourg and actually let him develop his game there. If that's what you're trying to do. Panicelli is interesting because I feel like he's just a flip, but he's been pretty decent in my personal opinion whenever I've seen him for Strasbourg this season.
Wait, who's been decent?
Panicelli.
Oh. He's their striker, right? And Emegha obviously didn't play today.
There might be a wonder kid in there. So
Delap is interesting as well because like I really feel like Delap, the way we play, how we do stuff, I think he has a really big future here, man. I really rate Delap. I feel like Delap, bro, he could be that guy for us, man. Honestly speaking, alongside João Pedro, in terms of that combination, obviously. So that's it. I don't really have anything. Gui, I'm gonna be honest, yeah. I better be seeing some starts or coming on after 60 minutes because at this point I feel like he's an NPC.
You think he's
yes.
an NPC?
Bro, he's done that.
I mean, if you're saying if he doesn't play, then he just may as well be an NPC.
He might as well just be an NPC. Like, let's be real.
I don't know what you're. I don't know.
In,
I feel like it's pretty clear that 3 on the bottom row are going to be the Chelsea strikers next season, probably. Maybe Strasbourg guy gets loaned back to Strasbourg next season.
No,
but
no,
like
I don't think so.
João Pedro and Delap are definitely going to be in the squad.
I agree.
There's a reason they didn't sign a third striker, like permanently. I don't actually think anyone in the top row is going to be in the Chelsea squad next season. I think two of them, Lukovic will go back on loan to wherever he's at. Gu will get sold. Maybe Emegha goes to Strasbourg. Maybe. Who knows? I don't know. Maybe both of them, Satpayev and Emegha, go to Strasbourg. Maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, I think Maheka is going to Strasbourg next season. I think Satpayev probably go to Strasbourg as well next season. This Lukovic is on loan, so there's no point of us even discussing him. Emegha is probably going to be a part of the squad next season too. By the way, he would be probably part of the squad.
Well, if they announced it this early, that would be my guess. Of course, if other options pop up and Chelsea can make a better signing a striker, they might do that. But of course, that's like 9 months away. Who knows?
Yeah. Julian, I think I actually disagree. I think you need a 3-man striker in Strasbourg if you're continuing to improve their team and get them into Europe. So I feel like there's probably going to be something like Penicelli, Maheka, and Satpayev. To be honest, that's probably what you're going to get.
Why would more than one person can go, guys? Don't we have 2 players there right now?
Yeah, I mean, no, we have 4. You got Penders, you got Paez, Mamadou Sarr, and I think there's not on loan, but Enciso is coming to Chelsea according to the contract after the season.
Whatever, man. But yeah, like there's there's a need for strikers there. Like, say what you want, but Strasbourg seem to be a European qualifying team out of Ligue 1 now. Right? So like that Europa League, it'd be 8 league-based fixtures, and then whatever happens in the knockout round. They would have 34 Ligue 1 matches because there's 18 teams in the league, right? So you'd have 34 matches there, whatever Coupe de France matches, and then whatever European matches you have. Across the season, you could be playing 50-plus matches. So there's plenty of game time there for these players that want to play. Because don't get it twisted. I don't think there's an upside to being one of these guys and being the third striker at Chelsea versus playing at Strasbourg. At the stage in their career, I would rather be starting at Strasbourg.
I agree. And plus, listen, you know my thoughts on the French league, Marshall. It's the best league for if you want, obviously, transition from the French league to the Premier League, and it's also just good for young players to improve and learn the job too. In my personal opinion, in general.
Yeah, I don't disagree. I've liked the transition from the French league to Premier League. I mean, we're seeing it with Santos and stuff like that. Like it goes pretty smoothly. And it's not like a joke league either. It's like relatively competitive too. It's not really highly rated. But before we actually talk more on Strasbourg, I wanted to bring up another thing related to Strasbourg, but also related to us, which is Emegha. Emegha, here we go. Which this isn't really news. I mean, we kind of already knew about this happening, but it got announced by Fabrizio today over the international break. So just to bring it up and discuss it really and give our opinions on the player maybe. Chelsea Football have agreed, Emegha, and this was where we were just talking about it, right? So does this mean, this is the question that was posed, that next summer Dastan Satpayev could replace Emmanuel Emegha at Strasbourg? Previously, Kairat's general director and players agent German Tachenko stated that this option has indeed been discussed. So I think he does go to Strasbourg. We see how he competes there, and Emegha goes to Chelsea. But here we go. Chelsea confirmed. Chelsea Football Club have agreed a deal to sign striker Emmanuel Emegha from League One side RC Strasbourg, with the Dutchman officially joining in 2026. Emegha signed for Chelsea in the spring after rejecting offers from several Premier League clubs. He chose to remain at Strasbourg for a third season and play in Europe before making the move. Earlier this year, Emmanuel Emegha signed a pre-agreement to join Chelsea in the summer of 2026. The 22-year-old Strasbourg striker chose Chelsea ahead of other major European and Premier League clubs. He wanted to stay at Strasbourg for a third year and play in Europe and continue his development before joining Chelsea. Chelsea expect him to be ready to play in the Premier League next season. He has scored 23 goals in 57 league appearances at Strasbourg, and Chelsea and Strasbourg are both owned by Blueco. And here it is, the official, the Fabrizio Bamba 7-year contract till 2026 for Emegha. Another player in the striker option, and my personal opinion, obviously we'll see how this season plays out for him. Last season, he had a pretty solid season. I think he ended up scoring 14 goals for Strasbourg last season. I believe so. I think there's still some development there that needs to be done. I still think he can improve on things, but he could come in. He could have a really good season this season, and prove a lot of people wrong.
This season is going to be interesting for them. I'll be honest with you, in the sense that they've got Conference League football.
Yeah,
it's going to be a good. I think it's going to be a good balance in that to see how they're going to be able to handle both competitions at the same time. To be honest,
I agree.
This is the first they've done. I think they've done it in a long while.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah.
They play
like the
Palace in the league phase as well.
yeah, they play Palace in the
Oh,
Conference
that should
League.
be interesting match.
I think that's in like a few weeks though.
No, it's in November. It's Thanksgiving Day, Marshall, actually.
Oh wow! So
I'm gonna watch that. Yeah. They play Palace in Conference League. But yeah, I'm looking at Strasbourg's Conference League fixtures now. The Palace one looks like the best one. Aberdeen might be half decent as well, but yeah, it looks like they should be pretty fine in that competition.
Yeah, and listen, I'm putting my hat in. Obviously, since the Blueco team, it's a sister club, whatever. I'm putting my hat in for them to win it. I hope they do. They have a decent team. It's not like it's not a light-hearted team. It definitely doesn't feel like a team that we're just stripping them of their players and just making the team worse. Like we can put a good amount of money into that team last season or this transfer window. So they have a pretty solid team, man. I'm hoping to see some really good things from that team. And obviously CP brought it up earlier. Mamadou Sarr looking pretty decent in that defense. Penders so far is looking really good as well. He's another one that we definitely want to keep an eye on because everyone's ready to replace Sanchez, obviously. And he is the one that everyone's putting their hopes on, the Messiah for Chelsea's goalkeeping woes.
There's some half decent teams in here in Conference League.
Are they?
Yeah, you've got Mainz, you've got AZ, you've got Palace, you've got Fiorentina, you've got Shakhtar, you've got Strasbourg, of course. There's some half decent teams. Maybe by the quarterfinals they're playing some pretty good competition.
Yeah, I think it's going to be one to keep an eye on for sure. Because
I think they've got a good route to make the semi-finals this year. I think they'll make probably quarters or semis.
Obviously,
I definitely
the draw
want to watch that Crystal Palace
depends.
game.
I do think I would, off the top of my head, without really being tapped into Mainz, I would say that could be tough. Although they've started the Bundesliga pretty poor, I would say just off the top of my head, Palace have a better team than them as well. But we'll see.
Yeah,
they will play each other.
Yeah, and we will be there to watch it for sure. Speaking of Shakhtar, because you did bring that up. Actually, no, I'm not going to speak on Shakhtar yet. That'll be after this one. But smash the like button, ladies and gents, if you're watching. Ahmed, let's discuss this. So Strasbourg Ultras pretty much rioting. Not rioting, but they're not very happy. They wrote a formal letter asking the president, I believe, right, of Strasbourg.
The chairman, basically. The chairman. Yes.
So let's get some tweets up, and I don't know if I'm going to read the whole entire statement, but I'll bring it up. Banner published by Strasbourg fans today saying Samuel Smith bought for 10 times his value, left 34 days later for an undisclosed amount. They really take us for fools. Okay. The Samuel Smith thing was a little odd, but I mean, we gave you Chilwell.
It's not odd. It's not odd because we know why that occurred, Marshall. You know what I mean? Benjamin Chilwell name
Benjamin
is
Chilwell,
Okay, come on, bro. Let's be real.
But at the same time, though, like Strasbourg, what do you care if you win? Like,
Wait,
does
but-
it really matter?
I feel like you need to
Yes.
read the. Yes, it does kind of matter, bro.
Yes, it absolutely matters.
You need the money laundering club, man. That's what you mean. That's right now.
Yes.
Marshall. Yes.
Yes.
Didn't
the
we
club
undo
that-
everything?
The
Right?
club that they've grown up supporting,
Mhm.
they don't feel like has autonomy in how they want to act on behalf of their interests. That would upset anyone. If you can't see why that would be upsetting for the fans, then I don't know. If your
Marshall.
argument is the ends justify the means, then that's a different conversation, and we
Yeah.
can have that conversation if you want. But I get why they're angry.
I get that angry too. I think the thing, listen, I think you've heard me say it before, Marshall, about why they're angry, right? I think the problem for them is that fundamentally, when you become a part of a multi-club model and you're not the top club, bro, there's only so far you can go.
Mhm.
Like these guys, these guys can never win a title, bro. In a multi-club model with us, they are never winning the title, Marshall. They can't, look at the plays we give them, Marshall. Honest to God, yeah. Look at the plays that we are giving them, Marshall, and the way we have set up that structure at Strasbourg.
I mean, I understand what you're saying, but at the same time, I don't think it's impossible.
Marshall, bro, they are. I promise you, in the next 20 years, they're not winning the title, bro. I promise you that. They're not gonna win. They genuinely are not gonna win a title, bro. That's the whole.
I mean,
like,
even before us, but that's kind of where, like,
no. But like, yes, they may not win a title even if they didn't have our money. That's 100% true. But
Sure.
the thing their issue is about autonomy, Marshall. Yeah, there may be a possibility they get a rich owner or another owner that likes them that quite much, spends that money on them, like how Abramovich may have spent it on us, and then they win a title.
Yeah, but those times are
But-
dead. Like, that's not going to happen.
I can understand that. I think, listen, we can understand context, we can understand the French league's TV deals, absolutely bullshitting, etc., etc.
There's that, Ahmed, but look at Newcastle right now.
No. The point I'm trying to make, I think the PSR doesn't exist, by the way. FFP, sorry, doesn't exist in the French league, by the way. So it's a bit of a different equation there, my person.
Okay.
But it's they're governed by UEFA PSR rules, but
Sure.
just like everyone else. But I think for me, it's about autonomy, Marshall. If I was if Chelsea was a part of a multi-club model where they were like number 2 and number 3 on the pecking order, bro, I know where we stand in that pecking order.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
I understand. And okay, just before we really like get into the depths of this conversation, I do want to read these next 2 tweets just real quick. All fears following the sale of the club are being confirmed month after month. We will never accept what Mark Keller did to the club by selling it to Blueco. It's time to go. Blueco out. I mean, hey, I gotta respect it. They're standing on business, unlike some of our fans. I think we had a little tiny protest that was a little silly. But this is the translation of the press release for Strasbourg. They are just knowing that President Mark Keller is no longer in charge. He sold the club 100% to Blueco. President Mark Keller answers to Blueco, and your protest won't force him to resign. So they're essentially asking him to resign as a result of everything happening. Listen, to an extent, I understand where they're coming from. I understand not being the top dog. I don't want to be a part of just a cog in the big scheme of things. But at the same time, like, if it brings you glory to an extent and it brings you closer to potentially winning that league, like you're saying, Ahmed, then I'm not. It's like you got to pick the lesser of 2 evils in this situation, in my opinion. Like, again, I get it. I don't want to just be a tool for another club to just be more successful. I'd rather someone come in and make me their number one bitch. You know what I'm saying? Like the number one, side hoe. Like,
I mean,
yeah.
Marshall, you need to understand, yeah, this is a French club. Yeah. A lot of these French clubs, much like the clubs in the UK, well, in the Premier League, they've not had great experience with American owners. Strasbourg did not have a great experience with like the previous American ownership or like foreign ownership. Let's put it like that, yeah. And I think it's particularly the reason I bring up French is that, again, a lot of these French clubs, they like autonomy. They're willing to go to Ligue 2, Ligue 3, yeah, whatever, yeah, as long as they know they still have the future of their club within their hands. That's the whole thing. Like that's what you need to understand. For them, it's more so a liberty, like an autonomy thing. That's what it comes down to, Marshall.
I don't know, man. You guys would not be happy if your club was
That's what I was saying. Yeah.
on the food chain of football imperialists. You would not be happy. So you can say in the comments, "Oh, they weren't going to do shit before they got us anyways." You guys are missing the point of supporting a football club, right? And I'm just surprised that people are confused at this reaction from French supporters of a French club.
Exactly.
I'm very surprised. You guys just must not be paying attention or are unable to view things from a Chelsea perspective.
Mm-hmm.
This is why, like, this is why it doesn't surprise me, to be honest. But like, the problem,
Yeah,
the
it's not
problems that they're
surprising.
in-
I mean, they've made
the
it very
problem for
clear
me-
for a
the
while
one thing
now
I
that they
will
don't
say,
the
like, the one
ownership.
thing I will say to them, like, and this is not me trying to, like, obviously be a dickhead. The problem is, man, like, they're in a situation now where they can't get out of this, if that makes sense. Like,
Yep.
I mean, you're not wrong, yeah.
Bluco doesn't care, or like Barney essentially doesn't care, because as long as you're basically doing what you need to do, there's also going to be a section of their fan base, whether rightly or wrongly you want to believe, they're going to be like, look, we're getting Conference League now. We are getting some of the stuff that, of course, I know some of our fans are mentioning, but at the same time too, which are heights they've never reached before either. So,
Yeah.
you know, there is also that little part of the fan base that's also going to exist. And as long as that section exists as well.
Yeah, this is just the ultras, right? Like this is not a majority of fans. I don't think that want this. It's just at this point right now, I'm currently a minority. But even so, like, I get it, guys. Like, it's not that I don't understand it. Like, obviously, I don't want to be the small part of, you know, the main.
Yeah, you don't want to be in
project,
the middle
but-
of the food chain. If you're
That's what I'm saying.
Like,
You
I
don't wanna
want to
be in the
be
middle
at
of
the
the
top
food
of the food
you
chain.
want to
and
be
I
the
understand
apex
that.
predator. You don't want to be in the
Exactly.
middle. They're upset because they're in the middle, which makes sense. Anybody would be.
But the part where I kind of disagree with Ahmed is that, like, I do still feel that with the talents that we're bringing in through them, and I do also think we are signing players for them that could potentially come to Chelsea. I understand that too. There is, like, listen, it's going to be tough to compete with PSG regardless, right? Because PSG, the ownership they have there, they'll throw whatever money on the best owners they can get, or the best manager they can get, the best players they can get to fit that manager. Like, they'll always have the money to throw the solutions at it, right? But at least with what Blueco is doing right now with Strasbourg, it does give them a fighting chance to have a chance at, like, saying, like, oh, we can actually go toe-to-toe with PSG and beat them.
Yeah,
And I
but
think
it's
they
not
did last
really.
year.
It's not really about that though. It's not about that from the ultras of Strasbourg's perspective.
Yeah.
They don't really give. That's like very secondary and maybe even tertiary to what they want their club to be, which is self-determined in their own best interest at all times,
that.
not having to factor in the interests of someone else.
But
You'd
even
rather
scenario,
die
though.
betting on yourself
Exactly.
than live under the thumb of a regime that you're not at the top at.
Yeah, and I
But
get that.
Marshall, the problem is they don't want. You need to understand it. I'm gonna put in like a simple terms. They don't want to be Chelsea's bitch. It's a simple.
No,
as
I
that,
get that. I
Yeah,
get that.
I don't know what
They-
fans don't get about it.
Yes, they don't want to be
No,
Chelsea. It's really
I
easy to
understand that.
understand.
But at the same time, like, I still feel that, and I'm gonna counteract my own point here right after I say it. But, like, I still feel that even being Chelsea's bitch, quote unquote, right, they can still achieve the glory and the things that they want to achieve. Mind you, once they achieve it, I guarantee you the season after, Chelsea will then strip it apart and take it for themselves, and they're going to have to rebuild. But, like, I still feel they can get the glory. And I know it's not about that, but, like, it's just kind of going against what you were saying before, Ahmed, about, like, now, like, part of them being in this Blueco is going to basically block them from ever achieving titles and stuff that they would want to achieve as a club, which I disagree with. I think they can still achieve.
Marshall,
It's going to be tough, but they can.
I'm telling you right now, Chelsea's gonna hard cap them whenever they do it. That maybe a Champions League spot at most, right? That's probably what Chelsea's gonna hard cap them to, no matter what happens. So that's one thing. The second thing then is also that the players you bring in are young and up and coming players, right? They're not good. They're never going to be ready enough, whether we like to admit or not, to be actually then push them to a title rush against that PSG side, Marshall, right? That's one of the reasons why they actually brought Strasbourg too, by the way, right? Because if logically speaking, it's in the French league, PSG is always going to dominate on a year-to-year basis, unless something happens where the Qataris decide, you know what, I'm out, but if that makes sense. And the thing is, it seems to me,
Hold that
I don't
thought,
know if
hold
you
that
know.
thought, Hold that thought. Big up, Footy Judge Mo for the raid. Thank you so much for the raid. Everyone coming in from Footy Judge Mo's stream, welcome, welcome. We're talking Chelsea, we're talking Strasbourg right now, and the riots are happening with the Ultra, not the riots, but the Ultras coming out and stating they wanted the chairman to resign. So yeah, big up to every single one of you joining in from Mo's raid. Be sure to smash up the like button, be sure to subscribe, be sure to let yourself be known in the chat. Big up to you guys. But Ahmed, continue what you were saying, I'm sorry.
I was gonna say, like, I think obviously it's removing the second part I was speaking about. There is another thing that we should talk about, which is that the thing is Strasbourg was about to be liquidated before we bought them, by the way. I know a lot of people forget that at the time, which is that, and the fact, and it seemed to me they were willing to do that. I feel like they seem like they've done a deal with the devil in order to exist.
That's what it feels like for them, I'm sure.
Yeah, that's what it feels like to them. They feel like they've made a deal with the devil, essentially. Right?
Martin, welcome.
Good to Martin. Hope he's doing well. But like they feel like they made a deal with the devil in order to survive, and they've lost their autonomy because of it. Simple as that.
Yeah.
And the thing is,
ahead.
one more point. Sorry, I know I'm talking too much here, but
No,
like
you're
the second point I wanted to make is that if you look at the French league in general, and I want to just like obviously like summarize the league. The TV rights deals are in the absolute gutter. They're in like hell right now, right? You also got another secondary problem, obviously excluding even just the TV rights deal, where a lot of these teams now are being eyed up as multi-club model. The French league itself is being eyed up as a multi-club model clubs.
Well,
So-
that's what I was going to actually bring forward to the table. Like, do you guys reckon that football is kind of heading in this trajectory anyways, where multiple billionaires are going to own multiple clubs, and it's just got, like, look at Ineos right now. Nice, they own United. They have another club in there, don't they?
They also own Geneva.
Not to get too like I don't know, like dark about this, but the entire world is heading in the direction of wealth and assets being hoarded and between people at the top of the food chain.
Yeah,
Exactly.
no, that's essentially
Like it's happening to the entire world and everything. It's just also playing down. It's also playing out in the arena of professional football. But like hoarding wealth, it's bad, but you can do that relatively anonymously, right?
Yeah.
There's a lot of there's like 3,000. There's like 3,500 billionaires across the planet. The odds are the average person can't name more than 1% of them, if that.
Yeah.
Because there's like 1% that are famous and quite a few that just kind of hang out. You can't really be anonymous with hoarding football clubs. You're also hoarding fan bases indirectly that have no direct will to want to work together in this football chain that just prints some people at the top a bunch of money. But so yes, this is happening. Ahmed's right. Ligue 1's kind of being seen as the feeder club and the multi-club model for footballing empires, I guess. But yeah, if you're a fan of one of those clubs, that sucks. And I don't think that's a good place to be, just as the game in general. I don't like the trends that I'm seeing.
I don't like it either, bro. I don't listen. If you're an actual football fan, yeah, you don't like this because you're hurting the culture of football, bro. Like when we do stuff like this, bro, like you lose like wonder stories, like right. Leicester won the title. We can call Leicester all we want, but Leicester won a title, and they were like a team that was trash. You know what I mean? The season before, they almost got relegated. If it wasn't for Vardy going on like that Super Saiyan run that he did alongside Mahrez to keep them up. A lot of these like even a Brighton, for example, right? I know Brighton. I know Brighton. Obviously, they got into Europa League last season, 2 seasons ago. They're a well-run club. They're a really good model. Their fans love them. They have an interesting thing. Even Brentford, to an extent, I know Brentford got taken apart this season with their management stuff. But a lot of these examples of these clubs that just do really well. Bodo Glimt, by the way, I really urge people to read about Bodo Glimt. That club is on a crazy run in terms of where they were 7 years ago to where they are right now in terms of like the run and the way they manage and stuff like that. So you lose these stories, bro. You lose culture, essentially. And that is like something you don't want to lose, if that makes sense.
But do you think it's being lost, like, for example, with Nottingham Forest, for example, Marinakis? The man injected money into Forest. He also owns Olympiacos. I think he owns another club as well.
I think the difference with him is that he just loves the teams that he buys. He's not doing it for like a sporting model sort of thing. Does that make sense? It doesn't seem like that to be the case with him. He just seems like a billionaire that just wants to throw money because he's a billionaire. That's literally what it looks like to me. He just wants to win something with Nottingham Forest. That's what it looks like to me. Like he just picked a side from literally in England, decided we're gonna put money behind you, but then we're gonna push you and take you to the Holy Land.
You say that, but then what about Olympiacos? Because Olympiacos fans are upset with the attention they're not getting from Marinakis, where Forest is getting all the money and all the players and stuff. And
yeah, wouldn't you be upset? Like the economic situation in Greece is pretty shit. They actually did win the Conference League in 2024.
Yep.
They won it before Chelsea, and they won a Conference League. Didn't really get like rewarded with any sort of financial backing. Yeah, of course you'd be angry. But yeah, like, generally there's not like some mad evangelist Marinakis like master plan to link all these clubs together and have talent moving between each. So it is different. I think generally fans would be against people owning multiple clubs. Like, I think that would be a pretty uniform opinion.
Yeah, if we would take a global vote on it, I'm sure.
Yeah, I just think most fans in general would be against it. Have one person in charge of that club, and so your interests are really only responsible. Like one person looks after it. You have less conflicts of interest, whatever. You don't feel like certain clubs have glass ceilings. That's probably a really shitty way to feel.
Can I give you an example, Marshall, of like a multi-club model where, like, a good example? Look at Girona, bro.
Yeah, that's the Man City model, right?
But look at them. They had that crazy, amazing season. They were competing for the league that season. Then they finished fourth. What happened the next season, bro? City said, we ain't backing you, buddy. You know what I mean? We'll take Savini off of you. They lost a few players. And then, bro, they just went back to what they were doing previously. You know, like if that was any other case, you'd probably see an owner there trying to help maybe his team out.
That'd be pretty demoralizing, not gonna lie.
Right? And the thing is, I'll be honest with you.
They're currently bottom of La Liga.
Yeah.
Ooh,
and listen, I'll be real with you, Marshall. That's the very real reality for Strasbourg. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I get it.
Mind you, Girona, like, they finished 1 point clear of safety last season.
Oh my days. That's actually really bad.
In the bottom 5, bro.
That's what I'm saying, man.
Yeah, like they were in the Champions League and almost got relegated. And they finished like near bottom of the league phase. They like weren't really competitive in that.
God damn.
So yeah, like it is nice to like for Girona fans to have felt Champions League. Like I'm sure those 8 games are pretty fun. But like I don't know, man. Like I don't know if like
it was fun, guys.
Would you as a fan base take 1 year of Champions League for relegation scraps immediately after? I don't know.
No, they're just.
The thing is,
you know what that feels like? It feels like that meme where the guy's drinking the bleach and he's pretending like he's gonna do it and doesn't do it.
You know,
that's what that.
Yeah,
feels.
I don't know. It just.
You know what's funny? Marshall? That's a French guy, by the way. So,
oh wow!
it's a shitty scenario. That's like, but yeah, if Chelsea don't do it, like the whole somebody else is gonna do it, so why wouldn't we? I understand that. Yeah. Just be ready as the Blue Co group to deal with that criticism because that will never go away, regardless of what they deliver for Strasbourg.
You know what the difference is, though?
The Red Bull guys. I don't know if like I don't know if these points are in opposition or in support of us because the Red Bull group is criticized to high heaven in German football.
They're hated in German football,
I don't know. I don't actually know what the sentence is supposed to mean, Well, like, yeah, I don't
Yeah.
know. This isn't like been the multi-club model is not something that's like universally loved around the continent, and it's not loved for a valid reason. It is what it is.
Yes. Like this the thing for me is this also like I always say this, you know, football is a working man sport, bro. You know what I mean? The moment you start taking away, you know, some of these guys' dreams and hopes, which is basically their football team.
You're really running this angle. This is crazy, bro.
But it's a fact.
It's
Marshall.
true, though.
Yeah,
It's
I know
true,
you're right,
though.
but like,
But that's
It's
the
true,
reality.
though.
It's a, bro.
Marshall, you can't just ends justify the means
You can't.
to justify
I know, but like, it's almost
autonomy
like,
being taken.
like we can't hold up. Like it was gonna come a point where it was going to outgrow that, right? Like this is just how popularity works.
But Strasbourg's not popular, bro. We decided to buy it because
No, but I just mean football in general, right? Like you're saying, it used to be a working man's sport. Like, yeah, I get that. And to an extent, it
it's
still
not
is.
much, man.
Like,
So Marshall, your new defense is someone was going to do it eventually.
no, I'm not even really defending it. I'm just saying, like, how could we still say this as like a means to like, you know, have sympathy for what's going on? Like, it was inevitable. Like, football was eventually going to be so popular that everyone wanted to get a piece of the cake. There's money to be made in it with all the FIFA and all the
football
stuff.
is always going to be popular and profitable enough to make billionaires want to do this.
Yes.
But we're all in agreement saying this shouldn't happen.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like, there probably should have been some sort of legislative body, I don't know,
Yeah.
FIFA or UEFA, to fucking prevent this. They didn't.
Well, fuck.
Pandora's box is open. It is what it is, right?
I guess I'm more nihilistic in thinking about this kind of stuff because, like, the way
I
I
get
see
what
these
I
things
get.
happen
I get
is-
what you mean, Marshall. But the reason
No,
why
I get what
bring
you're
up-
saying. Like, the temptation is too great. Like, this was always the natural conclusion. I agree with you. So it would be like, hey, if we were always heading this way, there were definitely some guardrails we could have put up to stay away from this.
Exactly.
Like for example, Ahmed, in your case, right? Like we see it in the States, NFL games going to London, right? You guys have NFL games because NFL is growing in popularity. You see WWE, how much it's expanded globally. Football has always been the most popular sport in the world. So now we've heard the rumors. It's probably going to happen. It's already happening in La Liga. Where what game was it? I think it was Barcelona versus Villarreal was going to happen in Miami or something like that.
That's being contested, but yes.
But do you know why that's happening?
It's going to happen eventually.
But do you know why
Premier
that's
League
happening,
too.
though, Marshall? Part of the reason why some of that stuff is happening, yes, it's obviously because expansion football.
I don't think you should group La Liga and Premier League in that bucket.
Yeah. But the other reason why it's happening is because Barcelona is in 1.5 billion debt or something like that, bro. So they need the money. That's why they're going to
No,
this
the reason I don't think it's analogous to put the Premier League and La Liga's situation together is because the Premier League media deal, when they re-up it, is going to be so crazy, and clubs make so much money off the broadcasting anyways.
Yes.
To say instead of Chelsea, Brentford at Stamford Bridge, you have Chelsea, Brentford at the Superdome in Georgia or the Superdome in New Orleans. So yeah, you have 40,000 extra seats. So you can get a little bit extra gate revenue that pales in comparison to the broadcasting money teams are getting every week. Like,
Sure.
I don't think the money is in the match day experience anymore. Like, Sky has they have rights to more broadcast matches this year than they've ever had. That's why you're seeing the Saturday 8 p.m. UK time, like, slot, right? The money is in the broadcasting and people being on television, more so for the Premier League. More so, like La Liga, stadiums aren't full every week for every club.
Yeah.
No, it's not. It's the same with League One as well, yeah.
Yeah, like,
Same with League
grounds
One,
are
same
not
Serie A.
full. The media deal's nowhere near globally what the Premier League pulls in. So having grounds be full is of more importance to them.
I was actually going to make the other point as well. You know, like the media rights deal, for example, in La Liga, 80% of it, 80% of that media rights deal goes to Real Madrid and Barcelona, right?
Yeah.
So 20% is going to the rest of the league. So for them, actually getting money from their stadiums or their thingy is a lot more important. That's why, for example, Atletico Madrid went so hard into making that the Wanda Metropolitano Stadium because they need that revenue because they're not making any revenue. They're not making that much revenue from their media rights deal. If that makes sense, Marshall.
No,
It's
no,
not
no,
like
yeah,
it's not like obviously like in the Premier League. The one thing I will say about the Premier League, it's pretty much divided equally. Yes, the top clubs may be making slightly a bit more money in media rights side because they have a few more games live, but the smallest club is still making 150.
La Liga could spread the TV money more equally. They absolutely could. I agree, and they should. But you're risking pissing off Barca and Madrid, which are the only reason the media rights deal for La Liga is worth any money anyways. Like, they're in between a rock and a hard place as the rest of the league. Whereas, like, if Man City wanted to secede from the Premier League because they wanted a disproportional amount of broadcast revenue, the other 19 clubs would be, all right, who gives a fuck? Like, I truly believe this league could operate minus any one of the clubs in here. Man United's out. Who cares? There's other big enough fan bases. It'd be a bit of a viewership dip if you replace, like, Man United with, like, Sheffield United. But, like, after a couple months, man, no one would give a shit, to be honest.
Yeah. No, and going back to the original topic, which was the Strasbourg thing, do you guys also feel that, like, and maybe this is just a little bit of hopium on my end here, do you guys feel that, because Ahmed brought up Girona, and we talked about Red Bull, that multi-club model, do you guys feel that Blueco, in a sense, is kind of trying to be a little bit more fair in regards to doing the best possible that you could do for both clubs, not just favoriting just one club and just completely sucking the talent out of another one?
No, but I don't think that matters. Like, It's not a question of fairness. There's way more immediate room to grow with Strasbourg in terms of what they can achieve because of how wide open that league is.
Yeah.
So even if you're giving Strasbourg Chelsea's leftovers, in a sense, and you're just using them to platform a bunch of younger players, as long as the manager's half decent, you probably should be finishing in European spots anyways.
Yeah.
Like, if you look at return on investment, them running down PSG is not realistic, but you don't need to overtake PSG to, like, make the Champions League or achieve a bunch, you know?
Yeah.
Whereas, like, with Red Bull, so Leipzig, they're in the league with Bayern, and they're in the league with Dortmund, and Leverkusen under Xabi Alonso, you saw what they did.
Yeah.
Ahmed, it's fair to say those three clubs are much, much bigger, contemporary and historically, than Leipzig, right? Because when
100%.
the Red Bull Group purchased Leipzig, they were also in the third division, weren't they?
Yep, exactly.
Because that happened, 10, 11 years ago?
Yep. I think that happened like in the 2000s. It happened because they brought that club and they also brought the Austrian club.
I know. But I feel like this might have happened either right before I went to college in 2014 or while I was in college. I don't know. We're like 10, 11, 12 years into this Red Bull project, at least.
Yeah. Did it happen at the same time that the Metro Stars essentially became Red Bull New York? Did it happen around that time?
Maybe, actually.
Yeah.
I'm going to look this up.
Yeah,
like that would have been around 2011, 20.
It took. All I know is that it took Leipzig. It took Leipzig something like 4 years before.
Oh, 2009. You're right. So because the Red Bulls Metro Stars became the Red Bulls in 2009. So this is way older then. They were in the 5th tier at the time.
Okay, so that's when they also took over Leipzig, and I don't know.
I would guess in and around that time. So yeah, it's not really. But the issue with Leipzig, right? Because you would say that's the Red Bull Group's biggest club.
Sure.
The issue is you're not toppling a Bayern, and if you do it, it's not going to be done consistently. You're not toppling a Bayern, let alone a Dortmund or a Leverkusen, or like any of those other clubs that are consistently in the top half. Like now, you would say like Frankfurt. They're not a Frankfurt.
Yeah.
They're not I know Hamburg are just back in the Bundesliga for the first time in a while, right?
Yeah, that's crazy. By the way,
But yeah,
Oh,
like
he used to be
Hamburg,
top team. Yeah.
Hamburg historically, like Hamburg sell out their ground every week, whether they're
you know who's
Bundesliga
another
or
one that people
Bundesliga
forget
2.
about?
Schalke.
PR Schalke.
Yeah, of
Schalke.
course. I was gonna get there.
Yeah.
Like Schalke, Hamburg, Frankfurt. You would say Leverkusen, Dortmund, Bayern. Like all these clubs are way, way, way bigger than a Leipzig. So they still have their
Yeah.
obstacles
That's
there
a
as
really
well.
good point. Yeah.
It's funny because in the Austrian Bundesliga, Red Bull Salzburg do better consistently than Leipzig do in the actual Bundesliga.
They actually win that title consistently. Just the last 2 years they haven't. They haven't won it the last 2 years. Yeah.
Yeah, it's funny. But yeah, like in terms of fairness, I don't think that's the right way to look at it. It's just there's way more upward mobility immediately in Ligue 1 because outside of PSG, and I guess you would say Marseille for now, which clubs in that league are really A, financially stable and B, consistently good?
That's an
I don't even know if Marseille is financially stable.
I think they got a billionaire owner. They're fine. But
okay, so we have two. But, okay, so we have two teams.
Yeah, Lille. The thing that keeps Lille where they are, I'll be honest with you, much like you could much like even Olympic Lyon, is that their academies are really good. They have great academies, right? Which allow them somewhat to kind of like keep producing this French talent, if that makes sense, right? To be able to make stuff happen. But that's the one thing, that keeps them somewhat going, if that makes sense. So after that, Monaco, I'm going to be honest with you, Monaco can be surpassed. I'll be honest, Monaco should be surpassed. I can't remember, there's like another team I'm forgetting right now. But,
they got Nice, Lyon, Lille.
Nice.
Bottom half.
I think, again, it's a Lyon and Lille is the academies. If you can outproduce the academies and have a better style than them, then you're fine.
But the point is, right? Like Strasbourg finished 7th last year. They were in the mix to finish in that final Champions League spot up until the end of the season. I know we're only 4 games into the season right now, but they're currently in 5th. It looks like it's going to be another fight for European places. They're in Conference League. We'll see what happens. Like you bought them when they were 15th. They barely avoided relegation. You didn't actually have to do that much. And now they're contending for European spots, it looks like, hopefully consistently.
Yeah, but it goes back to what you were saying with the whole consistency thing. With the multi-club model, consistency does become an issue. And it makes sense why. I mean, if Strasbourg, like I said earlier in my example, if Strasbourg were to win the league, for example, I don't see a world where Chelsea don't look at that and say, okay, let's get this player off of you, this one off of you, this one.
No, of course,
you pretty much decimate the team.
But like, you would be dumb to not do that if you were Chelsea. That would suck if you were like a Strasbourg
fan. Yeah.
That would suck. Yeah. But yeah, if you were Chelsea and you had Strasbourg winning Ligue 1, you'd be stupid not to go shop there. Yeah, and it makes sense. So like, I get the frustration from Strasbourg fans. Unfortunately, the sad reality of it all is that and this is going to be depressing, obviously. It's like there's nothing you can do about it now. Like, it's done. The ink is dry, sadly. Yeah, it is. It's just the fate that has now occurred, and the best you could do is hope that one day you get sold to another billionaire that maybe doesn't want to do a multi-club thing and wants to just succeed with Strasbourg. And that's probably going to only happen as a result of maybe Strasbourg being on the radar and being a popular club, kind of like how Chelsea was. And when Chelsea having to get its act together. That's
it involves League on getting a good TV rights deal and them getting better owners.
Because don't get me wrong, I do think clubs like Man City and Chelsea or Brighton, because they have Union Saint-Gilloise, like if any of the second tier clubs in their model are in a position where it's like more than profitable to sell and there's somebody who wants to buy, people will sell. They're not going to keep all the clubs in the chain hostage. Exactly. This is private equity. They want returns on investments. Yeah, exactly. So it could happen. Let me answer this last statement. None of this is that much. Like, when you buy a club, you take over, you're going to insert a new coaching staff. This is all like normal shit. Why I mean do too much, I mean in like in overall quality of League 1. Say it was possible for Blue Co to buy West Ham, for example. I think it would need to be a bigger financial investment to get West Ham consistently in the European places and solidify them amongst the top 6 than it would take for that to be done at somewhere like Strasbourg, because there's greater upward mobility.
Mm-hmm. It's not about the amount of people Quiz Pursue. I think it's the amount of money they have to put into
it's
it.
the money overall.
Yeah, that's what Pete's getting at. And the best example is just looking in-house, right? Like, look at how much money has been invested in Chelsea to completely transform the players they acquired and the team that they had when they bought it, 2, restructure the wage salary, and 3, the whole pipeline, the model, and also like the staff, and like it was $1 billion and counting, right? £1 billion, $1 billion in investment. Whereas Strasbourg, I don't think we've even hit 500, $500 million for Strasbourg. Maybe even, I don't think we even hit up $250 million for Strasbourg.
Bro, do you know how much we paid for Strasbourg, Marshall? They were getting liquidated, bro. We only paid how much transfer fee paid for us to buy Strasbourg, by the way. That's how much it cost us.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
It was only 60 million that we paid for Strasbourg, by the way.
So the amount that we put into Strasbourg has been like 120 million or something like that. 100 and I'm shooting a transfer wise. It's not been that much.
I'm looking. When did Blue Co purchase Strasbourg?
It was
2 seasons ago. So 20.
It was the season that Havertz left, so it'll be what, 22, right? 22.
23.
Yeah.
22, 23, something like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Havertz wasn't here during that season.
No, but he left in the summer of that season. That's when we brought them, though.
Okay, so 23, the summer of 2023 is when they were purchased?
Sure, yeah, 2 years ago, yeah.
Okay, cool. So that first summer on players, 60 million euros.
They didn't buy too many players that transfer.
Last summer, 61.9 million euros. This summer, we've got 118 million euros. So we're talking 240 million euros across 3 summer transfer windows to completely reinvent the team. That's not that much in the grand scheme of what Premier League clubs are spending.
That's less than $250 million, which I was saying.
Aim upwards. Yes.
Yeah.
Like, think about, okay, so Villa sold Grealish, right? Because this is I think this is a fair comparison to do. Villa sold Grealish in summer 2022, right? They sold to Man City in 2022.
It was 21, no? It was 20.
No, it was 21.
21.
Okay. So, Grealish went in 21. Villa that first summer spent 129.8 million euros. Now we're going to go to 22-23. And I'll even use 3 years just to make this fair. They spent 113. So we've already eclipsed Strasbourg in 2 windows, what they did in 3. No problem. Third year for my sample, they spent 111. Right? So 129, 113, 111. We're talking north of 100 million extra pounds for Villa to try and solidify them in a position you would say that Strasbourg are in their own league right now. Right? If you're going to spend that 200 something million euros on a club to like put some players there and stabilize it, you're much easier and more assured to climb in Ligue 1, where the bottom 2/3 of that league really aren't the most financially stable or have the most quality available to them anyways. So you would climb way further in Ligue 1 for that same amount of investment. It was a lot of change. Obviously, there was a lot of change. No shit. I know that.
Yeah.
But the money, you're getting a way better ROI in France than you are somewhere like England.
Yeah. It makes sense.
Look at Bakwa, man. Look at what we brought Bakwa for, and look how much we sold him for, Marshall.
Yeah. And listen, that's the other thing about our ownership. They're very good at flipping these players and getting a good amount of money back for them. So, yeah, it's in terms of the original topic, like, it is what it is. And until there is another buyer that comes in and sees, oh, Strasbourg, you guys have really turned this into an appealing club, if they were to put it for sale, like let's just say for another example, like when Chelsea were put up for sale, many billionaires were interested in Chelsea. If the reputation of Strasbourg becomes one of like a top 4 team, and eventually they make it their version of Chelsea, where the reputation is like considered one of the best Ligue 1 teams, maybe when Blueco decide to sell in the future, if they ever do, and if Blueco's still around, then there's a possibility that it gets sold and then there's a new ownership and maybe you're out of the multi-club model. Who knows? But until that happens, it's set in stone. And as upset as you might be about it, whatever you believe, and you believe nothing's going to change, unfortunately. But that doesn't mean don't express, your dissent towards it. I mean, you have that freedom to do so, but you are stuck with what you got. And at least the best you can hope for in that situation is, well, at least give me trophies and glory, even if it means I'm going to be in the cog of the grander scheme of things for Chelsea. One last topic for today's show that I wanted to bring up is we got a big update on this one, and it's not looking so good for our 60 million pound Ukrainian here. Chelsea sue Mykhailo Mudryk. What do I mean by that? So let's read into it. So, according to Ukrainian journalist Igor Burbas, Mykhailo Mudryk's former club Shakhtar is preparing a lawsuit against Ukrainian Association of Football if it is confirmed that the player received banned substances while in national team camp. Scout Orisia saying here that Chelsea and Shakhtar Donetsk are preparing legal action against Ukrainian the UAF in relation to the doping case involving Mykhailo Mudryk. An internal investigation by Chelsea concluded that the player may have used banned substances while on international duty. The club intends to pursue legal claims both against Mudryk, seeking compensation for the record transfer, and against the UAF. Ukrainian journalist also saying Mudryk received a stem cell injection from the Ukrainian NT physio to aid recovery after the player reported experiencing discomfort and not being able to play at full capacity. It is reported that the stem cells were derived from a cow that may have been exposed to the banned substance meladonium. This is crazy. This actually gets crazier than I thought.
Genuinely, that sounds like that sounds like Marshall. You know, I'm a big boxing fan, right? There's this guy in the UK called Conor Ben, and he was like, I got the banned substances because I ate too many chicken eggs. That's literally what he said. That's literally what this sounds like.
This does sound a little ridiculous. I'm not gonna lie, but like, okay, if
probably be the second one, it should probably be the second part because Chelsea then.
There's a second part.
Chelsea didn't. But the one that came out 2 days ago, where it was like Chelsea are set to, what's it called, take Mudryk to court.
Oh, I gotta find that. I didn't know there was there, but
it's on pause. It's literally gonna be like 2 days ago. Yeah.
I'll find it in a second, but excuse my ignorance on this situation. I'm just saying it right now, but okay. So the meladonium is obviously the banned substance. I don't know if you can pick up meladonium from stem cells, but I don't think there's anything wrong with getting stem cells for recovery, right? I don't think that's like a taboo anymore. Am I wrong? Like, I believe stem cells.
So getting stem cells. No, so getting stem cells is not a problem. So the issue, what they're basically saying, is that the cow was basically shot up with this drug. And it's basically gotten into the stem cells, basically. And then, obviously, they're giving the stem cells to Mudryk. That's what they're basically saying.
Sounds ridiculous. That sounds like a ridiculous made-up story.
That sounds like ridiculous. That sounds crazy. I would obviously have to speak to like...
There's a reason he's getting sued, and this contract's going to get terminated.
Yeah, this is the point of me bringing this up is this is essentially leading all roads leading to the fact that it looks like his contract is going to get terminated. He's not going to stay at Chelsea.
Well, the reason he's getting sued is for the end goal of terminating this contract and suing for the wages for the initial transfer.
Yeah. Do you remember much what I told you about that the club may not actually have something in his contract in regards to like banned substances, which would probably mean they would have to sue him if he doesn't agree to a contract termination, like a mutual contract termination.
Mm-hmm. I'm looking.
I think
for
this is
that
what's happened.
Second tweet.
Yeah,
Is
so
this it?
essentially, it seems to me that the club didn't put in anything where if he took some sort of like banned sporting substance, that they could terminate the contract automatically inside of his contract, which is why they're probably going after him now to sue him to make sure that happens. I would assume that they probably tried to do that the Pogba route. Pogba was like, but we'll both terminate the contract mutually. No one will get any money. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Like that in the Pogba situation, that's how it ended up ending. And I think the club assumed that they could probably do that with Mudryk. That doesn't seem to be the case, and now they're going to the bank with him.
That's interesting because if Mudryk is confident of this story, obviously innocent until proven guilty. But if you are very confident that like this will hold up legally, right? I don't see why a mutual termination and an appeal to CAS in the meantime, because he got the 4-year sentence, right?
Yes, he really has. He served the initial 4-year sentence. We
Yeah,
don't
so
know
he's-
yet if CAS has given the verdict yet or not. That's
No,
the
of
thing.
course, because Pogba. So Pogba. The reason I'm bringing this up is because Pogba also got a 4-year, and then he won his appeal. So he
Yes.
did like 1.5 years, and then it was over.
Yep, exactly.
So you would think my whole like logic train here is if you actually think this shit's gonna work, surely you are just taking some sort of settlement with Chelsea to avoid the legal portion, and you are probably you're gonna obviously try and win this CAS case and just be ready for when that gets decided and just signing somewhere else. If he's trying to hold on to all of his money, my thing is I think he's guilty.
That's what I'm thinking.
Long-winded way of saying I think he's cooked.
Yeah, I think he's cooked, bro. I'll be honest.
Because he doesn't know.
That's the
He
thing,
doesn't
yeah.
know when the next deal's coming.
Yeah.
He doesn't know when he's
Yeah.
really going to be able to get back to playing. Because a 4-year ban is a long, long time.
It is. Also, I don't know. Like, sure, I'm sure he can claim sabotage, and I'm sure he's going to. But at the end of the day, that doesn't matter to the FA or the UAF or all parties involved. Like, you had it in you. That means you were cheating. You had an advantage. Like, at the end of the day, whether you intentionally did it or not, it's cheating. So, like, that only stops you from either getting banned this amount of time or this amount of time. That's the only
So
difference.
he got charged in June. He faces a ban of up to 4 years. But I know it's a provisional suspension currently.
Yeah. Which, depending on the verdict, that is going to go towards the time he's been banned for.
Yeah, so that depends on the outcome of a hearing and any appeals and stuff.
Yeah. No, I don't think they're being too strict. I genuinely think it's one of those situations.
So
like,
CAS,
it's black and
the
white.
problem is so there's two things. I think they also have like some level of like a personal liability that you have to know obviously what you're taking, right?
Yeah.
And then the second thing is obviously the reason why he's going to CAS is and one of the reasons why Pogba kind of bust case was that they didn't know that the thing that was being I think his thing was like it wasn't like negligence on his side. He was able to prove it basically wasn't me being an idiot, right? It was something else that occurred that meant that I had to take this substance, if that makes sense. Which is why his thing got reduced to 1.5 years.
Yeah. I mean, it's unfortunate. If the case is that he got it from a stem cell injection, well, that's really unfortunate. But regardless of whether you intended it to be that way or not, you had a quote unquote edge because we had found a substance. So it's really like black and white.
It's incumbent upon you to know the substances entering your body
true.
as a professional athlete. It's that simple.
Exactly.
They don't actually have a lot of responsibilities off the pitch, but making sure they're able to be on the pitch and within the rules is like the one, really.
That's like in your contract, essentially. Like, they may not read all the details, but it's in your contract. You are responsible for your fitness levels and all that shit. Like, you can't be doing stupid shit. Like, not that it's stupid. Like, stem cells is a very viable way to recover from, injuries and stuff like that, as far as I'm aware.
Varna,
But
that is essentially what the Mudryk case sounds like without really knowing any of the fine details.
Yeah.
That is mostly what it sounds like to me.
Yeah, that's what it sounds like to me. So yeah.
He's a
Listen, you know
footballer,
what?
but he's a professional footballer, and this is his response. Like, ignorance of this is not an excuse.
yeah.
It's just that simple.
You don't have to look too far to find multiple examples of this. Like, you just go to UFC, for example, and like this is a regular thing. Like, they know they're gonna get tested. They have to check. Like, the John Jones example is like prime big case like this, where John Jones claimed he took rhino dick pills from a fucking gas station, and that's why
He's not
ended
real.
up.
He's not real.
He
We all know
ended
why he
up
took
having.
it. You all know he took that shit like this, bro.
What was the substance he had in him again?
It was clomiphene.
Mudryk
It was clomiphene.
Mudryk
Yeah.
failed.
Clomiphene.
Mudryk failed the test on international duty, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, it was
apparently.
international duty.
Yeah, I have less sympathy for you, brother. They're getting tested
So,
every time they go.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like, it's one thing if the random guys in the Premier League pop you after playing 8 minutes off the bench. I would have a little more sympathy, I guess. But you know you're getting tested every time you get called in for your federation.
No, exactly. So it's just like it's. Listen, this kid. Unfortunately, I hate to say it, but this man, I guess I'll call him a man, has had a track record of like just bozo moments outside of the pitch, between the whole commenting on replying back to fans and commenting to fans who are criticizing him, the whole gym fiasco thing that he did with making fun of someone who indecent exposure and such. Like, it's just, this guy doesn't think with his head. It's very clear, and it's unfortunate. I mean, it's good that maybe this gives Chelsea an out of the contract and they can get some sort of compensation, or not compensation, but like, means to end the contract. They already lost their money on this one. Let's just be honest. So from a legal matter, hopefully it sorts it out soon.
I think it's cooked,
Terminate
man.
the contract. Yeah, he's done. I don't see how he returns to football. Honestly.
I think he could return to football, but he might just have to go back to Shakhtar or some shit.
Would that even, I don't even know.
What?
Would that even be, would Shakhtar
Possible?
even take him back? Like, after this whole
If they signed him on like a free or
Yes.
some shit, maybe.
Yes, he will get a second chance. Probably be somewhere in the same country.
Yeah, he'll get
Okay.
he'll get a second chance. You could sign him on a free for pretty cheap.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, fair enough. But yeah, it's a big update on the whole Mudryk situation. Now there's finally like some movement happening on that one. We still didn't get the beat sample, but I don't think we need it anymore. I think we know what's happening. So there's that. But yeah, that's the show, people. I think we talked about a lot of good stuff today. So if you enjoyed the content, by all means. What happened?
Nothing. So I made a joke. So weird.
Oh, okay. But yeah, people, so if you enjoyed the content, if you enjoyed the conversations we've had today, by all means, smash up the like button. It does help out with the channel tremendously. Be sure to subscribe as well. We're on our way to 5K. Hopefully I hit that goal really soon. Almost at 4K. We're making steps in the right direction. But yeah, hit the bell notification so you know whenever we do go live. Check out the links in the description for more content. Leave a comment if you're watching this in the future as well. All that stuff helps. And lastly, ladies and gents, be sure to check out memberships. There's 4 different tiers starting at 99p. And at the proper casual tier and higher, you get you get call shout outs at the end of every show. And that's going to go out to Not Yandu, Morning Zombie, Mo Beta, JBs, Gabriel Mejia, Lanray Sadiq, A. Suleiman, EE, Dark, and Adrian. Big up to you guys. Copy and paste the raid message. We're going to raid out to Chelsea Perspective. So shout out to him. He's probably going over some more news. Shout out Pete. And yeah, guys, as always, we'll be back again. When's our next game? Wednesday after Bayern, right?
Yes, it is.
We'll be there. That'll be a fun one. Either
I'm
we
telling
get
you right now,
cooked or
we're drawing that game. We're drawing that game 1-1. I'm telling that for sure.
Pete, what is your prediction?
Wednesday?
Yeah, Bayern.
2-1 win.
All right, cool. I think I'm gonna go 3-2. I think it'll be a high scoring game. We'll see what happens. I might be deluded. So yeah,
I'll
3-2
say
Chelsea.
Yeah, 2-1. Why not?
Yeah. But all right, guys, that's our little prediction. We'll see you after the Chelsea reaction for Bayern that day, and then we'll see how the week goes. But plenty of things planned, plenty of content coming up. The season's in full effect, and we'll be here. Shout out to Chelsea Perspective. Copy and paste the raid message, and we'll see you there. And as always, stay casual. Have a good night, guys, and peace.